Buffalo. They do 12. They did 1,200 last month. So what's 1,200 times 10,000?
1.2 million.
Well, that wouldn't even crack your
No,
nut.
no, you're right. 1,200 times 10 grand?
Yeah.
12 million.
1,200 times 10 grand. 12 million.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, and they spend two. Oh no, that's for the year. No, for the month. Yeah, for the month.
A year.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. People say, Tom, you mentioned RealCBDThatWorks.com. Do you use it? Yes, I use it. Does it really work? Yes, it does. Is there anything special about their CBD? Here's what's special. It is CBD, extracted at its purest form and dosed accurately and honestly. If you could take all of the CBD, it's all equal, the actual CBD, not the stuff you buy, because most of the stuff you buy doesn't have what they say in it. Now you can get THC free or THC product. The THC product will never get you high. It's just 0.30. By the way, RealCBDThatWorks.com. We have Panacea Life Sciences right here in Colorado, based in Golden. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Then put Martino in the coupon code, and you get 20% off. It's only good for this month right now. I'll try to talk them into something for next month as well. Welcome to the show. We're going to be talking about anything you want, including floor coverings. Buddy stopped by to say hi. Buddy Mitchell in business with his wife Karen with Simply Floors Inc. Then we have someone from the referral list stopping in to say hi. He's a HVAC guy and plumbing and electrical, all home services. Dwayne, he's with Custom Heating, Plumbing, AC, and Electrical, and their website is custom. I don't even know what that means. H-Paces. What am I not reading here? Is that your custom H? Tell me what your HPAC. What were you trying to get at with your website?
That is short for heating, plumbing, electrical, air conditioning service.
Okay. We're going to help you out with a website free of charge. I love businesses. I love helping businesses, and I'm going to tell you that you keep because you've had it and you're probably attached to it. But we got to come up with something. This is a good discussion. We've talked about this, Mark and I. By the way, you didn't come in to get beat up. You're a great guy. You do a great business. You don't give a damn if I talk about your website name, right?
Nope.
Okay. Custom HPACES. It's just not going to work because and everyone thinks they have to have a form of their business name in the URL. And his business name is Custom Heating, Plumbing, AC, and Electrical Services. That's a great business name. Do you know why? Because it says exactly what he does. I love business names that say what you do, right? And then the website, however, tries to get all that in there. When you're in business, you don't have to have your website in the name, your name in the website. You don't have, you can. For example, Simply Floors Inc., Buddy's here, that is like a great company name, and it happens to be a great website name. Oh my God, how do you do better than Simply Floors Inc.? I don't like the ink, but he had to do that to get it. He couldn't just get Simply Floors, so you had to put the ink in. When I say I don't like it, it's easy to remember, it's okay, but Simply Floors Inc. I love creative website names. And like I said, in the old days, we all thought you have to have your name in the website, in the URL. You just happen to have Simply Floors Inc., so it works great. Just like Pro Auto, I think is great. And well, who else do we have that have business names that are so damn good that as a website they work, right? I don't know. I can't think of it. I know we have a lot, like
I always like 303 Pro Auto.
Honest Accurate Auto.
Yep, honestaccurateauto.com.
I like that. Anyway.
How about referrallist.com?
Yeah, I like that. I got that many, many years ago. Did you know I also got the good pages?
We have that pointing. Savingonfees.com, that says it all.
Yeah, saving on fees for credit card processing. Buddy?
Yeah, simplyfloors.com is somebody owns it overseas, and they won't sell it to me for less than $30,000. And so I figured it was a lot cheaper to add ink to it.
Simply Floors Inc. is great.
Yeah.
It could, yeah, I like it. What can I say about it? And by the way, like I said, Dwayne, custom heating, plumbing, AC, and electrical services. I didn't mean to diss your website name, but it's custom HPACES, which stands for heating, plumbing, AC, electrical services. I know exactly what you were trying to do. But we're going to come up, I'm serious now, we're going to come up with one, and then we point it to you. You can use it if you want. We won't point it to you unless you want. We did this with Revitalized Health. Revitalized, he couldn't get Revitalized Health. And Revitalized Health really doesn't say much. But Revitalized Health, okay. Hyphens are the worst thing you can do. It just takes too long in advertising to say and all that. And we did the Hormone Bros, quadrupled their traffic. The Hormone Bros. Of course, you always have misspellings, but the Hormone Bros, and then I also got Hormone Bros without the. And then Real CBD That Works. They love their business name, Panacea Life, and then Panacea Life Sciences. They have both of those. I love the name, but I said for ordering, how about Real CBD That Works? Because it did. Anyway, if you're in business and you want advice, you can call us. If you want to talk about floor coverings, you can call us. You want to talk about home services, you can call us. You want to talk about this. I heard the most asinine discussion in my life, and I'm going to put it out there because it's a consumer issue because it costs us millions and millions and millions of dollars a year in healthcare costs. But I hear Mark and Dan, who used to be liberal, now conservative. And by the way, that's the way it is in many people's lives. They're liberal earlier in life.
I don't think Dan was ever liberal.
Oh, I think he was. Were you, Dan, when you were growing up?
No.
Oh, you were always
He was on a
conservative?
farm, man.
Well, anyway, Mark and Dan were having this asinine discussion.
I totally disagree. You want to smoke,
We
smoke.
should outlaw tobacco.
Damn right we should.
Now, I think that's stupid.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't want to outlaw tobacco.
No.
I mean, I don't know if I do or not.
Let's
actually.
bring back
Now,
asbestos.
the logic, and you see, this is Mark is famous.
Hey, how about heroin? Let's have some heroin.
Mark is famous
Love the
at
heroin.
at what you call illegal, illogical arguments. Asbestos is not a habit. We're talking about smoking, outlawing smoking.
Tom,
Yeah, how did Prohibition go, Mark?
Tom,
how did Prohibition go?
Tom, no matter what you say, tobacco kills more people and costs this healthcare
It does.
system more than probably
It does.
anything,
It's
including other forms of cancer
It is
besides
terrible.
lungs.
There is no answer.
And what other
Because
thing taken as directed
How-
is guaranteed to kill you?
How can you regulate that? How could you ever enforce that?
You quit just making them.
Oh, come on. Do you realize what you're talking about when you say ban tobacco, what that
You
would
get rid of the
entail?
lobbyists, it wouldn't be here. And I bet most people out there that are addicted smoking right now wish they never started
Of course.
and wish they weren't available.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Where do we end it? But then again, he brings up a point about heroin. There are those who believe no drug. Listen, if you decriminalize all drugs, then you let people, if they want to kill themselves, bye-bye, you're dead, and then you keep the government out of it. First of all, drug cartels would go away and all of that. It would be, or would they get bigger? I don't know.
How about opiates?
Yeah, they
Nothing
spread-
would stop the pharmaceutical companies from flooding everything in the world with opiates. So why not make those legal too? We know it's all lobbyists with tobacco, that's it.
I will tell you that the opiate thing is the scariest thing in the world because statistically they say 8 out of 10 people would want to keep using them if they had them available.
Don't you think cigarettes are just as addictive?
I don't know.
I think they are.
I'm not pretending to have the answer, but how many people truly believe we should ban tobacco? Now, I'm not talking about just getting up on a soapbox when these two idiots and with their coffee talk in the morning. I'm talking about really doing it, Mark, really doing it.
They should do it.
Where really all of the tobacco farms go out. Now, by the way, I'm not saying I feel sorry for them or they shouldn't, but think about really doing it. You wipe out the Carolinas.
What
and all
other
that stuff.
product taken as directed kills you? How about what other product can you buy right now that right on its own package says smoking these will kill you? It's absurd they're even sold.
Yeah, but you know what, Mark? Not everyone, and this is the argument you're going to hear. And I don't.
I want to hear it. I want to hear people call up and say
I
it
do
should
not
be.
want to be in this position where you think I'm in favor of smoking. I'm not. But I'm just talking about the issue of banning tobacco. You're going to have people tell you not everyone who smokes gets lung cancer.
Okay.
Where you said everyone. everyone. And there are some people, you know, and again, I don't think it's a great argument for safety. I don't think it's a great argument to get your kids smoking, that they don't die, right? Not everyone dies, but actually banning tobacco, buddy, what do you think?
Well, we banned marijuana for years.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of people
Yeah.
say that marijuana is not.
But what about Mark's argument then? If you don't, you shouldn't ban it because it's ubiquitous, like alcohol. You shouldn't ban because it did. But then what about his argument about opiates?
Well,
Or heroin, or anything.
well,
Heroin is an opiate.
marijuana was banned even though it had some medical,
No,
benefits
but what
like
do you
CBD.
think? Should we
right?
ban tobacco?
I don't smoke.
Literally make it illegal to own tobacco, to use tobacco.
My libertarian says
Exactly,
no.
that's
says
right.
no, but I agree because we have so much healthcare costs.
It costs
associated
me
with it.
money when these people smoke and end up in the hospital forever.
But-
And you, and everybody out
know.
there.
We have the same
But,
situation
but
with food.
hold on. That's what I was going to say. Obesity,
Yes.
sugar. I mean, Mark, I can make the argument.
Those things can be moderation, though.
So
They
can
say
smoking.
no, they don't say that, though, Tom. None of that points to moderation.
Mark.
The whole filter crap was BS.
Mark,
They
Mark.
said because there's filters, you won't get lung cancer.
Are you saying
they
everyone-
lied to the public
Are you
forever.
saying everyone who smokes a lot?
I'm saying if
You're
you
saying it can't be
smoke
moderated.
you can moderate, but you still get lung cancer, is what I'm saying.
I think obesity should be outlawed. Then what do you do?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't agree. I'm not saying I don't agree with that.
So you're talking about, on one hand, you talk all this conservative crap, and on the other hand, you want to control everything people do so it saves you money.
When it
And
comes
really-
to cigarettes, they kill you.
Okay.
They
I-
kill you. I want to ban them so they don't kill your kids, my kids, or anybody.
Get off your high horse. You smoked most of your life.
That's right, and it was hell giving it up.
Here's the damn thing. Here's the thing, okay? What I'm saying is, it sounds nice and lauding, but you have so many things that can kill you. Where do you draw the line?
Name one other thing that has a warning that is demanded by our government to put on the package. Use of this product kills you, Tom. There's nothing else like it.
Mark.
And those bastards lied to us forever saying it wasn't addictive.
Okay, and by the way, the louder you get doesn't make you righter. I tell you that all the time.
Well, you know what? It does in this case, because it's crap that you think people should be able to smoke, because they
Did
shouldn't.
I say that?
Yeah, that's
First
exactly
of all,
what you said.
here's what I want from you. If you want to have an intelligent argument, listen to me. I'm not taking up on the side of tobacco. I asked a question. Should it be banned? Now, I did say it would be so impactful on and so hard to enforce that you could end up with a really big problem. I don't know how you could even start to do it. But I do know this. Politicians, and Dan and Mark are little politicians, they love making statements. Ban tobacco!
Mr. Free College for everybody over here that's free.
Yeah.
I want free college for everybody, even
No.
though I don't know where the money's coming from, but okay, free college.
I want equal opportunity. But you're mixing arguments again, Mark.
Ah.
We're talking about the practicality of making tobacco illegal. Do you think we could actually do it?
Well, they're pretty
No.
much doing it with
I don't think-
opiates
opiates.
now.
But they're
Opiates.
not. They didn't with marijuana, and and it would just go to the same thing as the marijuana trade coming across the border, and you would have even larger cartels coming in if they banned it, because you can grow marijuana, you can grow tobacco in South America.
Oh, by
Right.
the way, I have to take a break because I went so far over time. But I just want to ask people, and
We
then
are
I'll take all your problems. But do you think we should ban tobacco? And for the record, I want to make it very clear. I'm not saying I love tobacco and people should use tobacco and people should do this and people should do that. But in general, I like less government and more freedom in general and more personal choice. We have more coming up.
Hey, look at George's.
Email. Just a special for today.
I'm just saying. it would turn right into the marijuana. They would just start bringing it up from Mexico, and the cartels would get bigger. I personally never smoked in my life. My dad died from cigarettes. He had COPD.
Everybody dies from cigarettes.
You know, my
My
grandma,
grandfather
my grandpa,
grandmother died.
everybody in my family smoked, died from. My brother, 16 years
If
older
you
than me,
smoke,
died
you
from
die.
throat cancer. So,
It's just a fact, man. I don't know what else to say.
no,
And it's a fucking lobbyist like anything. There's no other product that I know of. Maybe guns, but I don't mind guns, so I have no problem with guns. But there's no other product that lobbyists fucking protect so much. Besides tobacco. Although they do. They do protect guns a lot, but I don't have a problem with that argument. I do have a problem with the tobacco.
Can you settle down before you get home
Okay,
today?
guys,
Please?
you have to be quiet once the mic's on. BecomeTheBanker.org. I will tell you this, people who want to look for various investments always come across this life insurance thing, and so many people offer it, but truly, if you don't do this right, it can be terrible. You have to do it right. And I trusted Joe Chiano for 30 years with overfunding life insurance and then borrowing from it, letting it grow tax-free, borrowing from it again. BecomeTheBanker.org for more information. He's a good guy. This is a solid investment, not your only one, but a really good one. BecomeTheBanker.org.
Hard to believe, but Valentine's Day is here, and you need a special gift for that special someone. Hi, this is
Joe
Christine,
wants
General
to
Manager of Bow Massage Skincare
bring
and Spa.
someone in
I
with him
realize candy and
because
flowers are
I've been
some of your
dissing
favorites, but this
annuities,
year,
and he has
consider
somebody
something different.
that, of
Something
course,
most women really want.
loves
Morning.
annuities.
I'm Chan Baker.
Joe loves annuities.
Good to meet you, buddy.
Dwayne Haskins.
Dwayne, good to meet you.
Well,
Chan Baker.
I want to have a discussion
what do
on
you
it.
do?
You know what?
And
Maybe
not a
there's,
pussy
maybe there's a
club.
product we don't know that's
Well,
good.
okay. I just first of all have to find out why so many people, advisors, don't like them, but so many of them do. The ones who do obviously make good money on it. But here, I did the math again. He told me about this. He said, Tom, even at your age, okay, you put a lump sum.
02 or go
Ran the number,
online
I
at
would go.
bbspa.com. So this Valentine's Day, buy your special lady a gift card at Beau Visage.
Okay. And how much are you talking initial?
500. And I said, okay, but listen, how long would it take? It would take me 27 years just to get my principal. I said,
You'll be dead.
this is the part, like, I say this is the part that puzzles me. But we even took someone younger. And even if you get to the point where you get all your principal back, by the time you start drawing out the rest, you will never, here's my theory, you will never get to a point where you're going to get principal and interest
You see, I've got a box. Hold on.
I just got
maybe 2%.
Just my iPad's dead, and I'd like to charge
So,
it while
but
I'm
they
here.
keep saying it's returning
All I have is that.
more than that.
I didn't bring it.
But you never, but that,
I didn't
oh,
bring
then he
anything.
says, oh, I know
I
what
didn't
he
know
said
if
about that argument.
Had a.
So let's say you put 100 grand in, you draw out the
There you go,
whole
brother.
100 and another 10.
Thank you.
That's equivalent to,
Why don't you plug it in? I'll put it in there then. Why don't you plug it in that thing?
and let's say it's equivalent, you had it in for so long, it's equivalent to a 3% return. His argument is the rest of the money will go to your estate, so you never lose it. That was his argument when I said I would never get to live off my return. So most of the time, when you divide the payments by the principal,
Well, you should have volume if you need
you come up with a very long.
But his estate argument's even fucking stupid. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, he has two arguments. The estate gets the money, so you don't lose that.
Most people want it for their retirement.
I understand, and you do have it for your retirement. You just don't have the whole amount, but you do have guaranteed retirement, and then the rest of the money goes to your estate. So let's say you just manage to draw out your principal. The return, theoretically, whatever's left goes to your estate. But here's his other argument. You get a death benefit, and it's a big death benefit. Plus another argument he has. So here he's saying, not only when you die do you get a death benefit, but your family still gets the balance. It's a double. So they get the rest of the money left over, plus they get a death benefit, plus you have insurance during your life for long-term care. I mean, that is his selling point. Because, you know, if you take a pot of money and it grows, and then you start drawing from it.
Let me just ask you this. So
If you don't
I
draw-
give you $500,000.
Right.
You start. It's like a Ponzi scheme. You start giving me my principal.
That's right.
Right? And then you take $50 a month and buy a life insurance policy on me.
No, I know.
So when I die, you can give me the $500,000 back.
Yeah.
Not the 500, but it's sometimes bigger than your principal. Usually, the life insurance is bigger than your principal.
Right, I know, but okay, so
But that's, listen. Again, I am not sticking up for him. I'm telling you why he is what he thinks is good about him is that you have insurance during your life for long-term care. You have guaranteed income. You have a death benefit, and your family gets the balance. But those are not bad arguments.
no, they're not bad.
I mean, what he was saying is, what can you do with 500 that would give you the same? I don't know. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Jerry, you held yesterday, didn't get on. I'm so sorry. What's going on with you, Jerry?
I got a couple of quick comments and a question.
Okay.
The first comment is I wanted to give a big attaboy to the Premium Auto Glass.
Okay, good people.
They're a class act.
Good people, you're right. What else?
And the second one is Done Right one of you on your list?
No, but they're a good company.
Well, because they advertise during the thing. But anyway,
I know. They want our audience. They're a pretty reputable company.
Yeah, they just caution in terms of several years ago, we had one bid for a project around 11,000, one around 12,000, and they were around 22,000.
Yeah, they're very expensive. Again, you know how I feel about price. I don't regulate price, but if you talk about ethics and honesty, they've been around forever.
Okay, well that's good. I just wanted to.
Here's the only problem I have with Done Right and companies like Done Right. Done Right particularly does a great job, but if you compare, you can usually get an entire kitchen with brand new cabinets cheaper than covering them. Now, years ago I told him that, and his comment was, but a lot of people don't want new cabinets. A lot of people don't want to tear everything out. They want to just resurface, leave the footprint the way it is, and it's less intrusive and less of a big hassle. But they do a good job. But I think I did this 2 or 3 different times when I was in television anticipating a story. We were going to do a story on new cabinets. I think I did it once on new cabinets versus recovering. And it's almost always cheaper to do a new kitchen.
And if you went to buy and build, it would be a heck of a lot cheaper.
I know. But that doesn't mean that they don't do a good job. And to be honest with you, I haven't kept up with what they do. They may do new kitchens, too. I don't even know. 303-713-TALK. Wendy. Okay. Colorado Heating and Cooling. I don't know if we've ever heard from that company or about that company before. Do you have a problem with them?
Oh, yes, I do.
Have you ever heard of them, Dwayne? I'm not asking for an opinion. I just wondered, have you ever heard of them?
Yes, I have.
Are they pretty big?
Yeah, they're good size.
Yeah. Colorado Heating and Cooling. Tell me about it, Wendy. What was your problem?
So my story starts when 3 weeks ago I find in my basement a bunch of water on the floor. And so I assume, since there's water dripping under one water heater, that one of them busted.
Okay.
So I need emergency service. I need hot water. So I called.
Did you not have hot water? I just wanted to get that part.
So in hindsight, I realized I would have had hot water because one of my other heaters was working.
Okay. So you called someone. You called someone thinking you were out of hot water.
Right. That it wasn't working properly. I needed to replace. Blah blah blah.
How old was your water heater?
It was manufactured in 2012.
Okay. All right. So anyway, what's going on? Why are you having a problem with Colorado Heating and Cooling? If you could tell me the problem and then the story, I usually like it that way better. Can you tell me what the problem is?
The problem is dishonesty.
Okay, what do you mean by that now? Now tell me what you mean by that.
So by what I mean is they were completely dishonest with the initial problem of the water heater.
What? They told you what? Now continue with your story. How were they dishonest? Go ahead with your story.
So they told me, they claimed that, yes, the water heater is busted. However, I needed a new boiler, which was completely separate.
Did you have, I take it, hot water heat as far as your house?
Yes.
So you have a boiler, and do you have what's called a sidecar? Do you have a boiler with a water heater next to it or connected to it?
No, it's a completely separate system.
Okay, because if you have a boiler, it's really good to have that combo. But let's talk about a boiler. How old is your boiler?
It's old.
How old?
Oh, probably, I would say at least 50 years old.
Okay, so that's probably what they meant. Let me explain something to you. Boilers in general, people listening, boilers in general last a very, very long time, but it doesn't mean you should keep them that long. You can almost always pay back yourself for a new installation after the thing is about 25 years old. If you get a newer one, they're so efficient, so much smaller. Anyway, I digress. What did they say was wrong? How did they lie to you? They said it was broken or what?
Well, they said, oh, your boiler is old. And,
it is old.
It needs to be replaced. I said, yes, it's old, but it's working just fine.
Yeah.
There's heat everywhere in
okay, but that's not really dishonest, though. It really isn't, Wendy, if I'm going to be fair. And I don't know Colorado heating and cooling from anything, but I would say the same thing. That's 30 years old. That needs to be replaced. Now, if they said, look here, this thing is broken or this is not working, that would be different. But if they simply say it should be replaced, I kind of agree.
So, but what's the issue?
It's 50 years old. I don't know, but we're going to get back to it right after this.
This is Denver's talk station.
She paid him for a new boiler, and there was nothing wrong with it. I'm guessing.
We don't know.
Or she had someone else come out.
Split. Would you really do another boiler?
Oh yeah. Boilers. Oh, boilers. I did one. Our boiler was.
I thought you just repaired it.
The highway it was 70 years old. Do you know that the boiler weighed twice as much? Yep. Twice as much as when it was installed.
Oh, you mean just from the sediment?
Well, in fact, over the years it developed so many cracks.
They're like rocks.
That the entire heat exchanger was held together by the sediment.
Yeah.
When they took it out, you could look at it. It looked like an aquarium, like with all the decorative minerals. That thing was so heavy and so out of touch, we were hardly getting heat off that exchanger. It had to make that water so hot and circulate so much.
Come on, Dan. Hey,
so,
my steam humidifier, it's got this big canister.
Water heat is
filter.
Really good.
Fuck, after 6 months, it weighs, it's like a fucking boulder. It's nothing but minerals.
Okay.
But it also needs them.
We were just talking about kitchens, and Mark mentioned buy and build. You can send your contractor to buy and build. You can go yourself to buy and build and do a do-it-yourself project because it's all below wholesale. Or you can have them do it. Yes, they have installation now. They can assemble and install cabinets. They can do your countertops. Why don't you go and see them? They have cabinets, vanities, granite, tile, hardwoods, plumbing, and electrical, all below wholesale, and they have installation as well. 560 South Lipan is the new location, buyandbuild.net. So,
can you come in here and show me what you're talking about on this search?
But Mark, with a hot water heat, with plumbing through the whole house with baseboards, to put a mini split in, it would never do. You would bypass all that. But you would never get as efficient. The new boiler is like $5,000, and it's this big, and it heats up immediately, and it's even heat. It's wonderful heat, and it's cheap heat, and cheap heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're nice systems.
She already added something else, so I don't know if it's even gonna.
Plus, I have this thing, although it's impossible in some old houses. I have this thing about I don't like abandoning systems.
They come up now, but
like
she
if
must
you
have
just,
fixed that when I
let's say you put in
emailed
some
her
mini splits in
because,
the walls,
or
and you
I don't
abandon
know,
all that.
maybe I was spelling it
all
wrong.
those radiators, they just sit there. You know, it's like
See,
weird.
landscapers, only those 3 come up. That's
and
what I'm
to remove
talking
them
about.
would be major work. I know a guy one time that wanted to remove his hot water heat and do all new stuff, forced air. And do you know what he did? He left his house open. This was in New York. He left his house
carpet
open,
samples at her house,
and it was all
so I brought them into the office to give them to you.
Copper.
Yes, and
No,
Daphne
it
has
wasn't
them now.
Heating oil?
No, I don't know about the fuel. It didn't matter. The hot water heat, he wanted to remove and put a whole different. He was redoing this entire house, and he just opened his house because it was under renovation. And I said, "How did you know?" He said, "People look for copper." They went in. If you couldn't have paid someone to do such a good job, to take out every single last piece of copper.
Yeah.
The entire house.
So saved him some money.
He did. He saved. No, he wanted to demo anyway. He wanted to take all that shit out, including his plumbing. He wanted to go with the flex. So everything was removed. All the copper. I'll bet you know. Looking back on that, and he didn't care about the damage. He was redoing the whole house. He thought he was going to have to hire somebody to remove that shit. But I think he probably could have called the company for salvage and had them.
I know, but
Is copper still that hot back east? They were stealing. They were going to homes and literally stealing copper.
They were doing it here too.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what they were doing
here. They do it everywhere.
Yeah, what they were doing is stealing the sprinkler systems. You know, that was a big
That
thing.
was big, yeah.
Yeah, they would steal your outdoor manifold. They'd steal everything.
Copper
They steal your air conditioner.
You get good salvage.
Shit, yeah.
So we got entire air conditioners stolen off homes.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's not for the copper though, right?
They scrap it for the copper. So we
It's
actually
amazing,
had
dude.
a large commercial building.
What are they supposed to come
took
up
all
as,
the RTU units that were ground mounted and gutted every one of them.
What is RTU?
Rooftop residential units.
Okay, question for you. So
Is that what RT stands for?
Rooftop.
So as
RTU is a rooftop
So as a
unit.
plumber, you go in and you tear out a whole bunch of copper, and then I would imagine it's all old, so you can't reuse it. So you sell it. What do you get for it?
That's type 2 copper, so you get a little less than bright and shiny. So, but you still get pretty good money for it. You get like $1 a pound.
$1 a pound.
Yeah.
So if you're a drug addict and you go in and steal 100 pounds of copper,
They won't work that hard.
well,
Drug addicts won't work that hard.
Oh, there have been people taking all the copper wire out of houses.
So who
I'm
else
not saying it's a drug
do it
addict.
under sharing?
I'm saying drug addicts won't work that hard.
they go and they steal the manifold. They go in and they cut the manifold, and that thing
we
weighs
should have in these is
3 or 4 pounds. They go around and hit 4 or 5 houses. They got enough for a hit. I don't know.
But it was
I'm with you.
I'm saying, how
That's the
would,
part I'm
why
not
would they,
What the email meant.
at $1 a
I know, I
pound,
don't either.
These guys
at
have
$1 a
fucking-
pound, how
these
much are
guys
they,
had an
how much are
enterprise
you
going.
working to make $20?
Yeah,
There's got to be a shitload of
They're
copper.
cherry picking what they're taking, so it's got to be the easy stuff.
Yeah.
But like I've gone to downtown Denver and found
Ironwood.
entire units just
Buddy,
gutted.
these guys, they have trucks and crews. I mean, they go in. They're organized crime. I mean, I don't know how.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, at $1 a pound, 100 pounds, it seems like it would be a lot of work to get 100 pounds
That's
of
why
copper.
you won't find a
It's
junkie.
not that
doing
much
it.
effort. No.
Okay.
So it
I-
goes pretty quick.
It's not like stripping wire.
Yeah, I wouldn't strip wire.
No.
For that, no.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK. I want to go back to Wendy, but first I want to get this comment from Chris. Go ahead, Chris. What is your comment, sir?
Just real quick about banning things. It's just a blanket statement. I know you mentioned about banning tobacco. In regards to banning anything, abortions, guns, whatever, you have to create an alternative. You can't just outright, ban things. That never, that's proven not sure to work at all.
Well, what do you mean by that, though? I mean, that doesn't make sense either.
Blanket, if you want to get rid of abortions, you have to make, adoption cheaper. You want to get rid of assault rifles, you have to have a
Okay,
some form of
so what do you
alternative
do if you want to get rid of smoking? What do you make available? Marijuana.
Well, no, not necessarily marijuana. That doesn't. I mean, there's a lot of pseudoscience on that too. I mean, but you have to have better programs for people that want to get off. I mean, there's a whole lot of social programs that get cut or have minimal access or minimal funding. I mean, you have to better invest in your infrastructure. If you want something outlawed, you can't just like, bam, let's lobby a whole boatload of people and get this done. That's not the way to go about it. That creates an us versus them, mentality that's already prevalent. You have to have better infrastructure to help the people that want to help.
That's not what they're doing with opiates. You know how many calls we get every week on people that have been on opiates forever from their doctor, and all of a sudden they're cold turkey in it?
Yeah.
I've done the cold turkey thing with opiates and cigarettes, and I mean, there's just a different. I mean, it depends on the person. I mean, I've quit smoking 15 years ago, and I still want one on certain road trips. I mean, you're still going to have.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, Chris,
away.
thanks for your comments. You're right. It's not a simple process. 303-713-TALK. Wendy, okay. You feel that Colorado Heating and Cooling lied to you about your boiler.
No. So they diverted my attention to the boiler issue
Gotcha.
rather than coming and focusing their attention on my issue at hand, which I called them about.
Gotcha.
So they wanted to sell me a $45,000 boiler in the interim when I was asking them to take a look at my water heater. So
Wait, did you just say 45,000?
Yes.
How big is your house?
Well, it's a multifamily, so it has.
Well, how many units? How many units?
It's 5.
Okay. Okay, now I understand. Go ahead. So what else happened?
So I need hot water immediately. For very for obvious reasons. So they said, yes, indeed, your water heater is busted, and we recommend that you replace both. And we will give you a discount to do both in one day. I said, okay, that's fine.
So you did have both of them done, and you did not shop around, right? You took them at their word.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And
what was the quote? What was the quote? What was the quote for both?
The quote for both was just under 4.
Under 4? 40?
Just under 4,000.
Wait. Okay, Wendy, you're confusing us because you just said he quoted you $45,000 for a boiler. Then you said for both it's under 4,000. So he came down $41,000.
No, for both water heaters. For both hot water heaters.
Okay.
Separate issue.
Okay. So he was going to do both water heaters for $4,000. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, but what about the boiler? You didn't have that done.
No.
Okay, because I could have sworn you said I opted for both. Now I know what you mean. Both water heaters.
But what's the problem?
Yeah, now what's the problem? You spend $4,000 on water heaters. What's the problem with those water heaters?
Now the problem becomes they did not permit them and they did not do them to code.
That is a problem. Now, not permitting is technically wrong. My main concern is not the permit, the paperwork, but the work itself. And you say they were not installed to code. What did they do wrong?
They did not put expansion tanks on the heaters.
Okay, what else?
They set the pressure wrong, and they didn't check the water pressure.
Well, why don't you call them back and have them do that stuff and pull the permit then? I mean, it's just going to cost more.
Hold on, no expansion tanks. I'm trying to get solid stuff here. No expansion tanks, high pressure. What else?
So, that's it for now, and then the story continues.
What? That's what I'm getting at, Wendy. What other problems are there?
Did you know going in they weren't going to permit the job?
What?
Did you know they were not pulling a permit? Did they say we can save you money?
They did not say anything about that. I assumed that they were going to pull.
Yeah, and you should assume that. But Wendy, if we had to look at, here's what I want to do. I want to call Colorado Heating and Cooling. And I want to say, you guys, you owe Wendy something, or Wendy's mad at you, and they're going to say why. And I'm going to say, well, first of all, you told her she needed a new boiler. And they're going to say, did she have the boiler done? No. Well, we thought she should use one because it was so old. But what is the problem? Well, you sold her 2 water heaters for $4,000, which, by the way, not a bad price for 2 water heaters. And they would say, okay, so what's the problem? And I'm going to say, she's unhappy because you didn't put expansion tanks, the pressure set too high, and you didn't pull a permit. Is there anything else I should include when I call them?
Oh, yes.
What?
Yes.
What? That's what I'm asking,
Well, so-
Wendy. You see where I'm going with this? I'm
Yes,
going
yes.
for help and for rectifying it. You are upset, which you should be, but now I need to take the upsetness out of it and get to the help. What else is wrong?
So what happened afterwards was the water went out again. Someone came back, tells me that the pilots keep going out because there's a, quote, wind in the basement. And I said, well, this has never happened before.
Of
This
course.
is very
So
odd.
it's ineptness. What did it turn out to be?
So it turned out to be the water pressure was too high. But
yeah, but you told me that part. So other than the water pressure
no,
being
but they didn't discover that the water pressure was too high. In fact, they lied about it.
What do you want?
I know, Wendy, we understand it was a terrible journey to get from the beginning to the end. But I'm asking, instead of telling me about the journey, I need to call these guys and make it right. And if we're talking about two things, expansion tanks and pressure settings, that's one thing. Is there anything else? I'm not asking about anything else that upset you, but anything else that is actually wrong with the heaters now. Please understand, I'm asking because that's what we do. We seek to make things right. What do you need done?
They need to permit it and make sure it's done correctly.
I agree, but would you trust them to do it if they said they would?
No.
Okay.
No.
So
I actually had someone else come out and fix the problem, and it took them 5 minutes to figure it out.
How long did it take them to fix it?
Well, they had to put a water pressure regulation valve on my main, so it took them about 2 hours.
Okay, but that water main regulator had nothing to do with your water heater. That is not.
It sure did.
Well, it actually would have been a separate.
But you would have, if they did it,
you would have been charged for it. Were you? That's what I'm getting at, Wendy. Were you charged for a pressure regulator you did not get from Colorado Heating and Cooling?
No, but they never addressed that problem.
You're right. They did not.
You're
right.
Go for the expansion tanks.
You're right. So what I'd like to ask now is, what do you want? I want to call them. What do you want? That's a fair question, right?
Yeah, of course.
So what do you
I want them to permit the water heaters.
Okay.
Get them permitted and passed.
Okay, because you already had some of the problems fixed. What did that cost you? Not counting that pressure valve, because you would have been charged for that if they did it. But in addition to the pressure valve, how much else did you have to pay?
Well, I had to pay $4,000 for 2 water heaters that I didn't need because basically the pressure release valves kept busting because my water pressure was too high. So if they would have discovered that initially,
I get it now. Okay, Wendy, now finally after 15 minutes, I found the problem. Wendy is upset because she bought, here, I'm going to tell you your problem. Wendy, you have a problem. She's upset with Colorado Heating and Cooling because they sold her 2 water heaters she did not need. The real problem was with the pressure regulation, but they never addressed it. Instead, they sold her 2 water heaters. Okay, now I get it. They sold her 2 water heaters. She doesn't think she even needs them to begin with. But how do we prove that now? How old were they? I don't know. Wendy, how old were your water heaters?
From 2012.
2005.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Sponsored by Publishers Clearinghouse.
No major problems in the drive across the metro area freeway system. Stall and accident free in the highway.
So they are high use. They're never stopping. But how do you do it at this point? Because those water heaters are gone.
Okay, who wants to call Colorado Heating and tell them this?
See, first of all, see if they'll come on the air.
You installed, this woman's saying she didn't even need the water heaters.
Right.
She didn't even need them.
So it's called a sidearm tank.
That's what she's saying. The real problem was the regulation, and another company fixed it.
Okay, what about the situation with the permitting. Does she want
I don't
that
even
shit?
give a shit. You want to be honest with you? Here's what I want to know. Did they install? Why do they think she needs it? Can they recall the job?
You got it.
She's saying she didn't need it. That's the real issue here, bro. That's the real issue.
We're spending $4,000 on 2 tanks when, she's got an old boiler. They were probably afraid to touch the boiler they had it on. So,
But see, this woman was pissed in the very beginning that she has 2 water heaters she never even needed. I would be pissed at that if I didn't need them. But how do we know we didn't need them?
Well, the deal is too.
And you want to know the truth? How did they do it for $4,000? How did they do 2 heaters?
We always check house pressure. So if you have relief valves that are lifting, we always go. It's a $5 tool from Home Depot.
It's good. It's good. We should mention that. But what I want to know is, I don't think that's a bad price. $4,000.
No, it's not.
I paid $4,000 for one.
Yeah, it's not a bad price.
It was an efficient, high recovery, 200-gallon, but I spent a lot. I mean, how many gallon? I didn't even hear.
But the high pressure's not going to blow out your pilot light, is it?
No, the high pressure's not going to blow out your pilot light.
I mean, that's it.
I heard not one word you said. Get found fast.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Let's do it.
GetFoundFast.com is a company that specializes in your presence online. Are search engines finding you? Is your website efficient? Most of the time they're not. Most of the time people don't know what they're doing when it comes to their online presence. We found Get Found Fast, and they work for us. They can work for you, and you get rid of all the BS. No, really, they really help. GetFoundFast.com. They will analyze. I'd like to get. Is Get Found Fast on log anymore?
I don't know what that means. What do you mean on the water pressure?
Okay, I just answered it myself. On the second hour, they have another one on the 15 break. Okay, that's what I meant. Are they on the log? I want to get Found Fast on the air to analyze his website. I want them to talk about that. That will be their spot. Okay, Shannon, is that cool? Okay.
What time? Do you care?
Next hour. Okay. I think I want to do that for him, plus it gets us to mention his business again. You understand what I'm doing? Okay.
Oh, totally.
Okay. You understand what I'm doing?
Sent that over to my office.
No, but you understand what I'm doing?
Yes.
By talking about your business.
Yes.
Your website. I'm mentioning your name.
Yes.
Okay. That's a good thing.
I had
last night you thought a little romance.
I had the website Denver Carpet Deals, but I couldn't do DEALS. I had to do DELZ, so I didn't do it. But they kept telling me if you did like a website like Denver Carpet, Denver Flooring, Denver Hardwood.
No, Denver Carpet Deals would help you in this way, even though there's a Z on it. The organic part of that, Denver Carpet, would come up all the time.
Right.
It would come up in search engines.
Right.
Direct traffic would be a little more difficult.
Right. So that's why floors. But so when I first got Simply Floors, somebody owned
Denver Floors.
Yeah, Denver Floors is gone. I mean, lots of these have been gone for years, and they're gone. They're gone. They're not gone because someone's using them. They're gone by someone.
Website, right? It's I got a great idea.
Well, the expansion tank is one of the things that they have to have a...
Be quiet.
When hot water heats, it expands.
No. It's one thing for code, but they also they got to have those things underneath it too, right?
The drain pins.
Hey, by the way, do you run across electric furnaces, or do electricians work on those?
No, we come across them. Okay. So they're normally a heat pump.
Okay. I wanted to know that. See, that's the part I want to know. Mile High Estate Planning is having some seminars. Listen, most people when they hear a seminar, they go, oh God, I don't want to go and be sold anything. That's the great thing about this seminar. It's all knowledge and information. There's nothing to sell if he wanted to. Blake Harris is simply going to tell you what it takes to have an estate plan depending on your walk of life. Whether you need trusts, maybe a simple will, a beneficiary's deed, a payable on death, powers of attorney. The seminars only have room for 25 people in each. The 21st and 22nd of this month, just a few days from now, reserve a seat. It's at the Crawford Hotel Union Station. Free parking. You can't go wrong. Plus, you can always call milehighestatePlanning.com for a private appointment at any time. But this seminar, free, no obligation, and you'll have a lot of useful information from Blake Harris. 720-924-6171. 720-924-6171. milehighestatePlanning.com.
Ask Alexa to play 630 K-Now. Then you can hear Dan Caplis impact your ride to the house this afternoon at 4.
Getting 630 K-Now from iHeart.
Who's on with her right now?
Talk station.
On your smart speaker.
Available on over 2,000 devices.
All right. We got to make a correction. It's not Colorado Heating and Cooling. It's Colorado Discount Heating and Cooling. Wendy is upset, and here's her problem. She was having problems with her hot water and assumed she needed a water heater. The company came out and sold her 2 water heaters, and she is claiming the real problem was water pressure, not the water heater. Dwayne, you're here today as part of our referral list. Dwayne, if she had a problem with water pressure, would that make the water heaters seem as if they're failing?
It definitely would make it seem that they're failing.
Why?
Well, water pressure would lift the relief valves like she's stating that they found in there.
And they found water.
Yep.
She thought they were leaking, and they weren't. They were just relieving pressure.
Yes.
And by replacing the pressure valve, they corrected that problem, and she's thinking, wait a minute, I didn't need water heaters to begin with. And we're on the phone with them asking them the why. Wendy, that's what we're doing, okay? We do get it now. You get it?
Okay. Yes. And the water heaters were from 2012. They weren't that old.
You're right. You're right. Now, about 2012 high-use water heaters, they only last about 10 years anyway, right?
That is a correct statement.
Now, Wendy, it could be, I'm just saying this, okay? It could be that the water heaters needed replacing. Maybe not. It could be. How do we prove it now? I'm asking you, Wendy. I like your complaint. It's very simple. I think I was sold water heaters I don't need. How do we prove it? Do you have the old ones?
No.
Okay, see, that's going to be the problem. What, Buddy Mitchell, you have an idea?
I just asked the question, if the pressure's wrong, can it make the hot water heaters go bad faster than 10 years?
I don't think it can make them go bad because you have the pressure release, don't you?
High water pressure in a water heater will diminish it quicker.
Diminish what? The actual tank?
Yeah, you're pushing too much pressure through the tank. The tanks aren't designed to withstand, say, 100, 125 PSI. Even in my own home, I had the same situation in a new house.
Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to see what they say, Wendy, and give it a try. That's the best we can do. Don says he has a problem with a citation that was paid from 1995. You hang on, Don. Jerry wants to talk about aluminum wiring, and we have a lot more to talk about on the Troubleshooter Show. I'm Tom Martino. Tell Drew I will take him, and just to get Mark's reaction.
So that's what I was thinking, because if you have something wrong, it can cause other components to fail.
Yeah.
Do you think it'd be permissible to drink liquor while I'm on the air? Because I'm feeling a need. Every day I'm feeling a need.
Shots all around.
Huh?
Shots all around. Yeah, so I moved into a brand new house, and not a week later the tank exploded. And come to find out, you know, the water pressure was never checked. It was running about 100, 110, and the side of the tank actually exploded out. So only 8 years old.
Right. The hot water tank?
Yeah.
Was there a pressure relief tank?
There was actually a pressure relief, but that over pressurization. So what happens is sometimes those valves, if they weep long enough, they'll actually seal themselves shut.
Right, the deposits of
yeah.
I'm going to the home show this year. Haven't been in a long time.
Just going or not?
No, I have a booth.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow. I haven't done that in a while.
I used to do it all the time when I was in the basement business.
Do you get a lot of work from it?
I don't know. I haven't done it in a long time.
That's kind of how we met, actually.
So.
That other guy was at the home show and sold that old man all that flooring, and he never showed up. Remember that?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Jim Ross.
Is he still around?
I saw him walking down in our vat. I have no idea what he does, but I saw him walking, just walking down the street. So.
Put his ass out of business, man.
But he was, I knew him before the whole situation went down. We went to church together a couple, for a while.
He's one of the cancer patients.
Yep,
yeah,
that was him. This guy was in such bad shape too, man. He was on
I bet you he's passed away, don't you think?
Oh, he had to. I think he probably.
He was on hospice, is what?
His kids were moving into the basement to take care of him in his last year.
Perfect storm. Vietnam veteran with cancer on hospice. What do you think, Tom?
He's on two.
What do you think Tom and Mark went? I mean, they went off on that guy for 2 months, ripping off a Vietnam veteran on hospice. The guy took his money and didn't put it in his floor. I was like, I tell people, I was like, that's the perfect storm for great media.
But why did he do it?
He just went broke. Went broke? Yeah, didn't have the money. He took the guy's money, and instead of buying the floors, he just
put that his MO for other people too? Or
he did that to several people when he went out, but he
the drug guy?
No, he took the money, and then it was like in October, and then didn't do the job, and well, for like 3 or 4 months. You know what I'm saying? And then he didn't go out of business. He didn't go out of business.
Soldier, Mark.
Dog face pony soldier.
Right there, buddy.
Dog face pony sucker.
That should be the description, or a picture pops up in the damn.
Something causes them not to spend the money on something
because people mistake income for net profit. So
he's been in business.
He's an idiot. You know how many dumb people there are out there that are in business? They start selling $100,000 a month. They're making, let's say, $20,000 a month. So they start spending $25,000 a month.
That's usually a new business owner,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, they mistake gross sales for net profit.
But not a guy that's been in business more.
Hey Whitney, this is changing.
He was only in business for 1.5 years or 2 years, right?
That's typical.
Good. I want to give you my number. It is
because they do exactly that. They start, you don't start paying your supplier bill, and then all of a sudden you take money in. You owe your material, so you take the money that you brought in, pay the old material, then the supplier says, we're not giving you new material until you get caught up. And that's what happened to Jim. He owed about $100,000 to the different suppliers, and
I put in a call.
He didn't have the money to pay them, so he took the money in from this guy.
I spoke to a lady there named Norma. She's going to have the owner call me back.
Is it really that petty?
Supposedly.
It just
boggles my mind. Give you my contact
Is it really that petty what they're doing to
bar?
Communication.
And
it doesn't matter. It's all stupid, man. Are they truly saying
we'd love to get this,
that he lied about it?
We'd love to get this guy on the air. Why don't you hold and I'll let Suzanne? Are you still holding on, Suzanne?
I don't think he stepped in and
Stone.
Yeah, I'll let Suzanne know.
You know what? I don't
she'll tell you what to
understand
do
the whole
next.
thing with Stone.
What are they accusing him of?
I don't understand that.
I think he lied to Congress.
Who did?
And then he something like an intimidation.
I got a question. If you lie to Congress, you go to prison. What if Congress lies to us? What happens?
Yeah, nothing.
Right?
Well,
nothing. They're exempt from everything.
That's what I'm saying. Is if I go before Congress and I lie to them, and I'm saying Democrats, Republicans, I don't care. But what happens when they lie to the American people?
He wants to be on the air.
They should be executed.
Man, now this guy's tough.
Damn.
That's treason.
So
you're lying to.
You're good with everybody smoking, but you want to start executing Congress.
Politicians that lie to the people.
Shit would have been
That's
cooked.
libertarian industry.
Right from the banana public.
I'm kidding, but I'm just saying. If a Democrat lies to me, I should put him in prison. If a Republican lies to me, he should be put in
No,
prison.
because everybody knows I'm right, and they hate coming off as you're wrong all the time.
Sponsored by Publishers Clearing.
And I feel it's sparking.
I'm not giving up my cigars. I'm not doing it.
Hey, George Burns smoked cigars till he was 100.
There you go.
Cigars. Do you inhale cigars? No. Never, right?
So what's good about a cigar? I've tried this.
People love the flavor.
And by the way, that's bullshit that if you don't inhale, it doesn't harm you.
Oh, I've
No,
heard
you
there's
get mouth
still mouth
cancer.
cancer, right?
Same with the chew or whatever, the dip.
Yeah, guys that dip get it real bad.
Oh, the dip, that's really, you watch people, their gums just start receding all the way down.
They're just disgusting.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did
all the
dip
time.
one time in my life.
I did military school. Those,
One time.
I
tried it.
Service.
You know what happened to me?
A lot of guys
I hadn't eaten all day, and I was like really hungry. I was in my early 20s, and I got in a truck, and there was a can of Skull there, and I opened it, and I smelled it, and it smelled good because I was starving.
Yeah.
So I stuck some in there. I was driving, I almost
I got a
passed
good
out.
friend.
I did threw up for like an hour. I never tried it again.
Okay.
No, I just
When he's
I probably
inside, he
swallowed
vapes.
the
When he's
tobacco.
inside, he smokes.
You know what I'm saying?
He literally smokes all the
juice.
time now because of vape.
Is chewing tobacco bad for you?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
Lots of people just
Mouth cancer.
die like crazy from that.
Tonsil cancer.
It rots their face.
It's your shot to win.
You ever
Google
seen a guy
lip
smoking out of
cancer.
a fucking hole?
Yeah.
Why don't you Google?
Tracheotomy smoker?
That's pretty special.
Hey man, you gotta be die hard, bro.
Oh my God.
Oh, you go into almost any VA hospital, you will see it.
That's guaranteed.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino. You never know what we're going to talk about on this show from time to time. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I want to give you an update. We did call the Colorado Discount Heating and Air, or Heating and Cooling, whatever the hell their name is. We got a call, and the owner's going to call us back. Deputy Slim taking care of that. We're going to see if they can investigate that and if she needed water heaters. Don's got a problem. He said he paid a citation back in '95. And is it coming back to haunt you? By the way, we also have Buddy Mitchell with us, simplyfloorsinc.com, and Buddy is going to give us some tips on all kinds of stuff because I have a question on a warranty item I read. I couldn't believe I read it in a carpet warranty. Go ahead, Don. What's going on?
Hey, Tom. How you doing today?
Good, man. What's happening?
Oh, so Tuesday afternoon, I got a letter, and it was from Gilpin County, and they're stating, there's a citation, and that I'd have to pay it by May 10th, otherwise they're going to take my license. Now, the thing about this is this citation is 1995. And I'm like, wait a minute, I did pay that back then because they had threatened to take my license back then. A 20-year-old, obviously, you want to drive. You don't want to lose your license.
Yeah.
They had threatened at that point.
Yeah.
I took care of it, paid court costs.
Okay, so hold on. Do you have proof that you paid it in '95?
No, because it was 25 years ago.
Right, and they can't. That's right. The point is, they can't come after you. It's too long. Are they coming after? When are they coming after you now for this?
Yeah, literally on Tuesday they mailed me that letter.
Okay, and I think it's a scam because any municipality knows they can't come after you. Somebody got a hold of this public record. Do we have a copy of this letter anywhere? You didn't send it to us, did you, Don?
No, I didn't.
Who does it say it's from? Who does it say it's from?
It says it's from Gilpin County, but the address came from the 1881 Pierce Street.
Yeah.
Now, I actually called Gilpin County.
Yeah.
And the investigator up there, her name was Holly, said something about, she asked me for the citation number. I gave it to her, and she said, oh, yeah, here it is from 1995. Looks like somebody did a little bit of digging. Okay, so that's right. Fine. Sell her that to decorate her wall with it. Yeah, that's what I'm like.
Well, Don, they can't. You do understand, if they did that to everyone, 25-year-old tickets, no one would have anything to prove, anything ever. They can't do it, Don. So what do they say? What does the letter actually say?
Well, I've got it on my phone, and if you don't mind, I can actually pull it up here.
You hold on, and I'll come back. You hold on, I'll come back to you. Hold on. Jerry, you have a question about aluminum wiring. Don, get that on your phone. I'll come right back to you. Jerry, go ahead.
Back in the early 70s, there was a period of time when the
the copper was so scarce or expensive, they allowed aluminum wiring to
That's
be
right.
installed.
That's right.
And we've got a vacation home up in Summit County that we've had since '75.
Right.
And it has the aluminum in the 110 circuits.
Yeah.
I've never had any problem with it,
Right.
but the other day I heard a recommendation on one of the Fix-It shows
For pigtailing.
have an electrician come in and certify that it was safe. And I'd never heard that before. And
Well,
is there any formal standing for such a certification?
I don't know of any formal standing, but I will tell you this about aluminum wiring. The wiring itself is a good conductor, and there's no problem with it. The problem with aluminum is the properties of expansion and contraction. So everywhere it connects to something, there's a very good chance that it comes loose. Okay? So to address that, rather than rewire entire homes, they came up with an approved method of pigtailing. So they go back about a foot from the box, whatever it is, switch, outlet, fixture, and they allow a special crimp tool to be used, which crimps on copper to the shortened aluminum, and then it terminates with copper instead of aluminum. And this way, homeowners can do it without having to bust through walls, because you only have to do what's accessible. You take the aluminum off the fixture, you either cut it back or extend it. It doesn't matter. You just put a pigtail on it and use the pigtail for your termination. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And in fact, I've done it. We've had it for 45
now,
years.
I know some lenders used to ask for an aluminum, and they also asked for something about Teflon pipe or something. Anyway, but this wasn't in Colorado that I know of. Dwayne, what is your trade? Okay. What is your actual trade, Dwayne?
I take care of the heating and ventilation side.
But you own the company?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you ever run across aluminum wiring?
We run across it all the time.
And what do you do? Do you do the pigtailing process?
That is the standard for it, yes.
Yeah. And that's not too costly, is it? I mean...
No, it's actually fairly reasonable versus the druther of it.
Yeah, well, it depends on how big the house is too. But so your question, if I'm getting this right, Jerry, is do you have to go through a formal process of approval or certification?
Well, yeah, I was just wondering if there was any.
None that I know of.
Form. Okay.
No, none that I know.
That answers my question.
Okay, and I don't. As I said, lenders are the ones that would require it, if anyone. 303-713-TALK. Now, Don, you have a letter that you got after paying a citation in 1995, and I think listen to this. If municipalities started going back to 1995 and pulling records, I'd venture to say every single citation could be challenged, and they could go to every single consumer and say, you did not pay this, and not one consumer would be able to prove it.
Exactly.
We're talking about. We're talking. So tell me what the letter says. I mean, I can't even believe they sent you a letter. What does it say?
I know, huh? Okay, starts off with the citation number, court. The actual top heading of it says Colorado Department of Revenue, physical address 1881 Pierce. So it looks pretty official. Now, it even has a letter number.
Wait, Colorado, blah, 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 blah. It's not from your county, it's from the state.
Yeah, and it was mailed from there, but then it also lower down, it has, my address and everything, my name. And
okay, then read the body, please. Read the body of it, please.
Okay. Order of cancellation and denial effective 10 March 2020. County Department of Revenue records indicate that a judgment violation has been entered against you in Gilpin County. If this office receives confirmation from Gilpin County that the outstanding judgment...
Yeah, I know what it is. I know what it is, John. Don, they're saying that 20 years ago, they're saying, or so many years ago, no, you're not listening. I'm saying, they are saying that either 20 years ago, or 6 years ago, or 12 years ago, or at some given time, there was a judgment entered against you. And now they're asking it's either going to be erased or renewed if the county comes up with records. That's what they're saying. Judgments expire. This judgment is expired. It's just saying, notice of what? What does it say? Notice of what?
Order of cancellation and denial effective.
Exactly.
So later on, it actually says they will take my license by March 10th.
Okay, well, they won't. But
send us a picture of that.
You send us. This is either a scam or they're simply saying the judgment is being canceled. But I don't even know how they would have gotten a judgment. You have a case number on there, right?
It's got a citation number on it.
There should be a case number if they got a judgment.
It could be legit.
Well, it's not going to be legit after 25 years. Number. It can't be. There's no statute of limitations in the world that would go 25 years. None. I don't know of any. Unless there was.
For even a felony.
Listen, though, but Don, listen carefully to me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It could be that they have a judgment already from years and years and years ago. Okay? I'm saying if everything you say is true and you paid it and it was marked paid, they can't come back and try to collect it ever. After 25 years. They can't. Otherwise, every single person would owe again because no one could prove they paid. But I am suspecting here's what happened. You ignored it. Now, you say you paid it and went in, but they somehow don't. Somehow communication broke down and they got a judgment. That's what and that judgment will survive 25 years as long as it keeps renewing. So that's what I'm thinking. What were you thinking, Mark? When you said it's legit, is that what you're thinking, that there was a judgment rendered?
I'll tell you what happened. When I was 17, I lived in New Jersey. I got a speeding ticket. My parents moved. I ended up moving years later. So fast forward 14 years later, I'm in Colorado. I go to renew my license.
That's right.
This damn thing from New Jersey pops up, almost 15 years old. And I ended up having to pay this damn ticket or else I wasn't renewing my Colorado license.
Because when you were 17, you were a minor, okay? When you were a minor, you didn't handle it. So they got it was either a judgment or it was against your license, but it's not. They can't collect a debt. This is
It wasn't a debt. They were basically all they did was flag Colorado, and until New Jersey signed off on whatever, they just wouldn't give me my license.
Yeah, but listen, Don.
And I thought it was very unfair. 15 years later, almost.
Whatever the statute of limitations is, they can't take your license. I don't care what, unless Don, you may think you took care of it back then and didn't. You may have ignored it.
The thing about it is, they would have taken my license. I guarantee you. Gilpin County. Gilpin County is one of the harshest
That's not
ones
necessarily so, Don. Sometimes things drop through the cracks and somebody gets it and decides, we're not just, here's what they decide. When the judgment comes up for renewal, they usually just renew the judgment and never do anything. But sometimes there's a pencil pusher and a judgment's renewed and they say, you know what, why don't we try to collect on this? And then they collect on it and guess what? It's 20 years later and you're thinking they can't collect on it, but they can because it is from the original judgment, which is renewed. So I want to make that clear. Judgments can be renewed forever. So you could end up with a problem that happened to you years and years and years ago and then end up having to pay it because that judgment was renewed and somebody decided to collect on the brand new renewal. 303-713-TALK. This guy never, I know he said he paid it, but he didn't. That they're saying he never paid it. That's what it said. It was a renewal of that judgment or cancellation. And then somebody said, you know what, we are gonna collect on this now.
Because they're trying to raise money. It's Gilpin County.
Yeah.
Right?
What's
exactly what he said.
I hear terrible things.
Gilpin's down in the Springs, right? Or is that
no? I hear terrible things about.
Well, there's different.
No, I do.
Well, there's different things. They just
keep it underneath your mouth.
They just set up a lot of speed traps. It's kind of like going through Empire, right?
Empire's horrible.
Is Empire that bad?
Oh my God.
Thornton's the worst.
And it's like, what is it? Like a mile long?
You know what got me? I was in New Mexico, and I was coming back. It was late at night, and I was going 78 in a 75.
Oh, God.
And they pulled me over. No, I was going 81 in a 75. They pulled me over. And I was like, well, I was going about the speed limit. He's going, no, you're going 81 and the speed limit's 75. And I was like, oh, okay. He says, yeah, we can pull you over, So they gave me a ticket. So I went in, and I set my speedometer at 78.
3 miles later, another guy pulled me over going 78 and a 75. And he didn't give me a ticket, but he said, you cannot go more than 75 miles an hour. That was New Mexico.
Well, that's true,
I
technically,
know.
right?
But you know how it is when it's late at night. You set your speed limit just a little bit faster than, and they normally
Criminals
don't.
do.
Yeah. Those of us that are driving into Mexico on a straight road at 2 o'clock in the morning.
People, I often thought, on a wide open road, when it's 30 miles an hour, and a cop comes up and you're doing just 30, that you look guilty.
Yeah.
I always think, if I do exactly 30, they're going to think I'm guilty of something.
No matter what I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down to my doctor and get really specific.
What do you hear about Gilpin? They're speeding there?
No, you've heard the complaints we've gotten.
I don't remember.
They're just aggressive.
Yeah, they're pretty aggressive.
I've never
Well,
got
it's
pulled
all
over.
mountain driving too, so some people, let me tell you, those roads is
And what is the other county where it's dirty? They're dirty. Is that Park or Grant? One of them up there. Dirty, dirty. I mean, dirty politicians, dirty dealings.
Dirty bastards.
Those mountain towns suck. As far as the way
That's a very big general.
Yeah, it is. That's right.
Generalization, man.
So what did you read on a warranty?
On what?
On a carpet warranty.
Oh.
Because you may have caught something I have no idea of. So
No, it's the stuff we're talking about.
Any interest in the grilled cheese and beer fest this weekend?
Grilled cheese. I haven't had a carb for 2.5 weeks myself. I want a grilled cheese.
I wonder what kind of a grilled cheese did they put? They tried grilled cheese with bacon.
You know, there's a giant low carb conference coming up in March. Usually Rosen is there.
I don't give a shit about any of that. You know what the trick is? You just don't eat fucking carbs. That's it. No conferences, no nothing. You just don't fucking eat them.
Hey, intermittent fasting, you can have your carbs.
Eat bacon. Love bacon. Bacon tastes like carbs to me. I love bacon.
Some bacon can have carbs if they dip it in sugar.
Yep.
Intermittent fasting does help, and yeah, you can have some carbs, but it's better if you don't. With intermittent fasting.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's easier.
I do both.
It's easier.
It's better. It's just better.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how you look at it, we weren't meant to burn carbs.
Here's a problem
We were
I'm
meant
up
to burn
against
fat.
weight-wise right now, is because I've been going to yoga so much, I'm fucking starting to build muscle, which I haven't done forever, so my weight fucking loss, even though I'm zero carbs, eating once a day, doesn't fucking move.
Well, that's fine. Who cares?
You'll start changing.
Who cares what you weigh?
You'll start changing.
What if you gain 25 pounds of muscle and look great? And you?
I don't want 25.
No, I'm just saying.
What'll happen,
but who
Mark,
cares?
it'll substitute. Your weight's not changing, but your body will.
I'm saying you gain muscle.
Fuck, I feel it. That's how I know.
And now they even got him doing it.
What's that?
Peyton Manning doing American
Yeah, they got
Finance.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got every endorsement out there.
That just started too.
7 million?
That's crazy. That's what the figure's been bantered about.
That's crazy.
Peyton's getting 7?
Do you think with CU losing their coach yesterday, they're going to go after Logan?
Everyone says that every time they do that, and he loves high school. He's had several opportunities.
Plus, you have to go to Boulder, all that.
No, but he has had several opportunities.
Dwayne, can you stay a little later?
Sure.
Because my website expert, she's not going to be available
Why didn't you
till
have
after
me
12.
do? Because we're going to get him on. Never mind. You're a jerk.
Yeah. She's not going to be available till after 12, so I just wanted to hang on to you for a little while if you're good with that.
No, I'm good with that. Thank you. Hey, one thing, try to speak a little closer, just shitty mic.
That's actually a good mic.
Like you guys might.
They don't have it set right there or something. Is there these don't have it. Why does mine have one on the back of mine? Yours has it.
Now #1 for podcasting. 630 KHOW and
I wonder why this one doesn't. Is this a different model number? Maybe it is a shitty.
Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK. We need to see that letter from Gilpin County trying to collect on 25 years old. I believe it was a judgment. Drew, what's going on with you, Drew?
Yes, hi, Tom. You and I solved and helped thousands of people.
We did.
In the stock
Now,
market.
Drew, I want to help out today, though. I want to ask you something. What's the weather like right now in Jersey?
It's about 47 degrees and overcast.
What part of Jersey you in, man?
Central West.
Okay, so what's going on right now? You're saying that millions of people or thousands of people are affected by what?
They're affected by the fact that they can no longer litigate certain types of litigation.
Are you talking about the ones that sign knowingly for the arbitration?
No. I'm talking about if you have certain malpractices that are not major, the lawyers won't take them because the cost of the lawyers exceeds the value of the damage.
Right.
So therefore, you're compelled to do the litigation yourself. Now, many states, if not all of them, require an expert witness in medical mal. The problem is all of the medical expert witnesses in dermatology refuse to talk to anybody except the lawyer. So you have to do it yourself because of the cost of litigation, but then you need an expert witness, and they refuse to communicate.
You're right.
All of them.
You're right. The system, here's what happens, Drew. The system is set up not by statute, by process, that you need an expert to say it's malpractice, and that expert will only talk to an attorney, so now you need an attorney. And you can't get an attorney, nor can you get an expert, when the damages are less than they want. They want hundreds of thousands of dollars to collect from to get their contingency. However, Drew, there are attorneys that will work by the hour, and there are experts that will work by the hour. I don't believe all experts require an attorney to be involved.
The librarian and I have tried for 3 weeks. We've gone to every site, and this is what the site people tell you. Sorry, we only talk to attorneys. Attorneys are $400 an hour. The case is probably only worth about $50,000.
Right. And that is the big black hole in malpractice. It really is. But you're not, I mean, that's just the way it is. It's not something worth pursuing for attorneys. Now, what I don't understand is you want an expert to do what?
You're required to have an expert to say that what the doctor did was malpractice.
Right. That's what I'm at, Don. I mean, Drew, I'm asking you, what specifically are you asking them to say is malpractice in your case?
In my case, and I'm hoping that you can have.
Just go ahead. Just tell me. Just tell me what it is.
Okay. What he did was, I had 2 basal cell surgeries on my face.
Okay.
He said, you're probably going to have more, so you have to do blue light treatments.
Okay.
And he did them for about 4 years, and it worked. Then 3 years ago, he stopped doing them because he said he wasn't making enough money off them.
Okay. So
and as a result of that, I had a basal cancer surgery.
Okay. So you're saying because he stopped the therapy, you got cancer?
Yes, and for a bad reason. A doctor even told me it's a terrible reason. He's making millions, but he said he didn't make enough money.
All right, Drew. What you're looking for is what's called abandonment of care, but it doesn't count when other doctors provide that. Was he the only one doing it?
He was the only one in this area doing it correctly. Let me tell you how.
Yeah, but Drew, here, I know you'll never listen to this, but you don't have a case. I mean, in my opinion, not legally. I am saying that to make the connection that because the guy stopped doing that, you therefore could find it nowhere, and as a result you got cancer. There was nothing preventing you from going elsewhere. You're going to claim, now you have one other wrinkle. You're going to tell me, yes, they were offering it, but they weren't doing it correctly. The problem with that, Drew, is now you have to prove that before you even prove the other one. You have to prove that the other ones were not doing it correctly, and you could not have gone to them. Therefore, by him discontinuing it, he knew that you couldn't get it anywhere else and contributed to your cancer. Do you understand the folly in that?
You explained it exactly. Can I tell you why I can't do it elsewhere?
Why?
Because, number one, I'm federally disabled, claustrophobic. And when they do this treatment, they stick your head, it's like a small oven around your entire head. He was the only one who had a nurse in the room with you. There's also a danger if you fainted under all that heat, you could burn your face off and your eyes, blind your eyes. So,
but Drew, that treatment is not mandatory. There are other treatments. You can't make a direct connection that you got cancer because his therapy was the only thing that could stop it.
Yes, he even said that. He even told me that. He said that's why you got the basal skin cancer, because he stopped the treatments, and I can't do it elsewhere. First of all, very few doctors do it in this area.
Okay, so Drew, you're saying once a doctor starts a treatment, he can never stop it. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying for money reasons, he can't stop it. He can't tell you.
Well, he sure can. What if it, hold on, Drew, what if it cost him money every single time he did it? You're telling me, from your interpretation of the law, he should keep doing it.
He didn't lose money. He wasn't making enough money off.
Drew, I'm not. See, that's another thing you have to prove. You have too many elements of proof to even get to your case, and then that level of proof is all separate. Now you have to prove that, and that alone is the only preventive care. He was the only one that could possibly do it because the other ones don't do it effectively, and that because of it, you got cancer. Drew, that's why you can't find people. It has nothing to do with well, no, it does have to do with an attorney. Here's why. Because they're saying that if they only talk to attorneys, now this is what they're saying, not me. If they only talk to attorneys, they're not going to be subjected to nuts like you. That's what they're saying. No, really. That is what they're saying, Drew. They're saying that we can limit the nuts by requiring them to have an attorney. I'm not calling you a nut. That is why they do that. There's nothing I can do to change it.
Tom, they don't even get into the specifics like you do. When you call up and say, I'm looking for an expert witness in dermatology, they say, sorry, we only talk to lawyers. They don't go into any specifics like you just did.
Okay, well, Drew, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you. But it's nothing we can help with. We can't help make them do it. We can't. And I don't think there would be a specialist who says it's malpractice to stop it. Drew, it's something I can't even, I don't want to discuss anymore because it just is too far-fetched, okay? It really is. So maybe you'll find a listening ear. Just let me know. Now, we do have this faxed copy. God, it's terrible quality here, but anyway. Don says he got this from Gilpin County, and it says, order of cancellation and denial effective March 10th, 2020. This is canceling the citation, I think.
No, it's canceling his driver's license, I think.
Well, hold on. It says, Colorado Department of Revenue indicate that a judgment violation. Okay, so it was a judgment, bro. There was a judgment entered against you. Those judgments don't expire. See, you said it's because you didn't pay a bill. It says you had a judgment. If this office receives confirmation from Gilpin that the judgment has been satisfied, then you're free. That's fine. But if it hasn't been satisfied, your driver's license will be canceled, basically. Okay? So to satisfy it, you have to show proof of cancellation. Okay, so this order will remain in effect until this payment of reinstatement fee. That's not the original bill, that's reinstatement. Confirmation that the above referenced judgments have been satisfied. So this is exactly right, by the way. I know you don't want to hear it, Don, but it is right. They're saying there's a judgment that you never satisfied. So it's not collecting. It's collecting on a judgment, which is totally different.
Why did they wait this long? Why did they
I don't
do it
know.
5 years ago?
Because it doesn't matter.
No, I understand.
How much is it?
Doing it, but they didn't.
Does it say how much he owes? Maybe they're...
See, back when he paid it, they never recognized it. He didn't fight it back then. It's too late now. He's trying to go back 25 years saying, I paid it. Not
it doesn't matter now.
He has to prove he paid the citation. That's why the judgment was issued, because the citation wasn't paid.
You know, I didn't see that, actually.
What?
It doesn't say how much. Doesn't say.
He's going to contact Gilpin County.
There's a judgment in his name.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He does. That's what this is basically telling him, is you better go to Gilpin County and figure this out.
Find out what the judgment is.
He talked to her. Why didn't he ask?
But because he's asking for a fucking citation. He's not asking for a judgment. They have it all wrong. He's thinking they're trying to collect on a citation.
And the burden of proof's put on him.
Yeah.
Because the judgment's already filed.
Yeah.
He already didn't
Who
pay
do I
it.
have here? I'm sorry.
Now, he might go to Gilpin.
DenverTrialLawyers.com is the place to go for personal injuries. Now, you just heard Drew talking about malpractice. Well, that wasn't malpractice, but you know what? If you do have a weird case like that, you could have malpractice. You could have extraordinary losses. You can go to Denver Trial Lawyers for a free consultation. Denver Trial Lawyers, if they take your case, they know they have a chance of prevailing. They have gotten judgments in the neighborhood of $70 million in some cases, and settlements, and also adjudications from judges and juries. 303-571-5302, DenverTrialLawyers.com.
You should have told him to go to Jackie Childs.
What's that, Jackie? Your face.
His case.
Your face is my case.
Okay.
This was made for Jackie Childs.
Your face is my case.
The big Seinfeld people here.
Yeah. Here it is, 42-132. Cancel license.
Date of compliance or clearance of judgment.
Physical or mental illness. See, this is a part that makes no fucking sense to me.
What?
What they're quoting in this notice is 42-2-122. Okay?
To fail to satisfy court requirements.
No, 42-2.122.
Yeah.
Department may cancel license, limited license, for physical or mental limitations. That's what that exact CRC is, or CRS. No, that's pretty fucking weird.
Physical or mental limitation.
But they can also cancel it for lack of payment of judgment.
I understand that, but that's not what they're saying here, 42-2-122. Ask him if he's a fucking nutbag. He might be a nutbag.
Here's the problem, okay? He thinks he's fighting the wrong battle. And it's too late to fight the battle he wants.
No, he's got to show up to Gilpin and pay the ticket if he
Yeah.
wants to keep his license.
He's not paying the
Gilpin
ticket.
can even
He's paying
find
the
it.
judgment. The ticket's long gone.
Well, whatever. Yeah.
Let me say this: you get a judgment against you, and then you go in and pay the ticket because you're
And I don't
gone.
know.
I'm just saying you go pay the.
I don't know if it
they
counts
take
as
the money,
a judgment.
but they never cancel the judgment, and that could easily happen.
I think what happened is.
Well, he might go there and they say they already paid it. He gets proof that he paid it 25 years ago, then gives it to the court.
That could,
or gives it to the state.
That could be. If they kept records that long.
Were casinos even there back then? 25 years?
I don't know.
Whoa. Yes, it was.
Barely.
They started. They just started. They
Like
just
93.
93.
They just started what?
Casinos.
I was trying to think what the hell was in Gilpin.
Where is
25
Gilpin
years
County?
ago.
Blackhawk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Central City, Blackhawk.
Sucks.
I know. Bunch of racists up there.
Hey, there was one.
They have a chapter.
Listen,
KKK.
listen. The sheriff back then, no bullshit. In '93, this poor black guy was getting shot at across the hill off Oh My God Road. It hit 60 Minutes in 2020. All this shit.
That's true.
It is true.
Why was he being
His
shot?
fucking would shoot at him because he's black. He literally put holes in the fucking guy's house, and the sheriff didn't do a goddamn thing until it ended up on 2020.
How many years ago?
It was about '93. They called him N-Word Joe. That was the guy's name. I remember seeing the story when we first moved here.
And did they use that word on TV?
Probably in '93 they did.
I think they did. It was crazy. You couldn't believe the fucking story, man.
I want to get to know what really
You
happened
know
with
that
that
story,
teacher
don't you?
down
I've
in
heard parts of it.
the teacher down in Aurora. Did you hear all that hubbub? This teacher down in Aurora, white guy, is the head of a black group.
Okay, spots coming up, guys. K&H Home Solutions. K&H Home Solutions is the name of the business, but the website's just a little different. It's from their original name, KH Windows. Now listen, here is what you're going to get with K&H. You're going to get 30% off right now on windows, siding, and doors, and they have the absolute best siding anywhere. It's Everlast siding. I love this stuff. And here's what you need to know about that 30%. You can increase it to 40% if you make your purchase or sign up for it at the home show. So go to the Home and Garden Show, look for K&H, get that extra 10%. Or, of course, just make your own appointment at home, khwindows.com. At the home show, look for booths 313 or 1275, and you will get 40% off windows, siding, and doors. khwindows.com.
What do you do now?
So he's a teacher down in, and I'm going to say it's some school in Aurora, and there is a black
He got
group.
over $1 million.
There's a black group of kids.
Hi, Tom Martino here. All right, Don, I hope I get through to you on this one. Now, you had a citation. That citation, or any citation people have, is an allegation, and you have to pay it or fight it. Okay. If you don't pay it, nor successfully fight it, it's turned into a judgment. Now, if you paid it and they disregarded it somehow, either by mistake or intentionally, and made it a judgment, and that judgment has stood all this time, there is no way to go back and fight it, even if the judgment was done dishonestly. Let me explain this to you. There are people on purpose who file default judgments on purpose. In other words, here's what they do. They sue someone. They don't serve the person. They claim they serve them. That person doesn't show up to court to fight it, and a default judgment is rendered. Here's the queer thing about the courts. If a default judgment goes 2 years without challenge, it's considered good because they feel someone should have known by now they had a default judgment and they should have fought it. This default judgment, or whatever judgment they got, they're claiming it's a judgment, was done so long ago that you can't fight it now. It's too late. But you should have noticed it before now. If you didn't, that's just tough luck. If this was a citation they were trying to collect on, I would say you never have to pay it. Ignore it. They're not trying to collect on the citation. And as crazy as that sounds, you think they are. And yes, they probably are, but not the original citation. The citation was converted to a judgment. The judgment is what they're going after. In fact, the county might have a record of you paying that citation, and it never got transmitted to the court. So you may want to go to Gilpin. You may want to go to Gilpin where you pay tickets and see if they can look back in their records for proof of payment. I don't think they keep records that long. But somewhere, somehow, you didn't show up when that ticket said you had to show up, nor did you pay it according to them. If you had proof of payment,
according to them.
yeah, and so it's not a citation. If you try to fight it, saying it goes beyond the statute of limitations for collections, they're going to say you're right. Now pay the judgment. Okay, the judgment does not have a statute of limitations. By the way, I'm not giving you legal advice. Go to an attorney if you want. But I'm saying to you that this fight that you want to take on, you'd have to go back 25 years and prove the judgment was entered in error.
And there's probably no way that I can really do that, I'm
Gilpin
sure.
County. He talked to Holly at Gilpin County.
Yeah.
What did she tell you?
What did she?
Well,
you want to know the truth? She probably doesn't know.
Basically told me straight up that, you know, oh yeah, here's the citation number. Yeah, this is back from 1995. Looks like somebody was doing some digging here.
Yeah. Okay.
And
right.
that's exactly how she's like.
Well, Don, it doesn't matter what
How
she
much
said.
did he owe?
It doesn't matter what she said. She's probably a moron. It doesn't matter. She doesn't know about this. If she said it's from a citation, she's right. Now tell her. It doesn't matter, Don. I mean, we can go around. I'm not going.
How much money?
Do you even know how much you owe?
$400. I mean, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but for me, I can't come up with $400 by the end of the month.
It does sound like a lot, Don. And I think if you go to the courts and arrange a payment or see a judge, do you have a canceled check or anything from back then?
No.
Geez, man, just don't let it spiral you, and you all of a sudden get a ticket for not having a license, and it gets worse. You got to do something.
Yeah, yeah, or borrow some money from somebody. You got to.
Yeah.
But yeah, you really have to.
Hey, buddy, you want to lend him some dough?
No.
Lewis.
Yes.
What's happening?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Good. You called us. Is this right? You called us 9 months ago?
I'm something like that. Several months ago about the issue with my child. I don't know if you remember that.
Hold on. Did it have anything to do with out of the country?
No, sir.
Okay. There was one a long time ago where, but anyway, what's this case have to do with? Who did I talk to 9 months ago?
Okay, you talked to me. I was talking about an issue with my child. When the mother abused the kids, I mean, she got arrested, for about a couple of weeks there.
Yes.
They were taken out of her household. And
right.
There's four children involved. One is mine, biologically. And then they got placed with her grandparents. And this was it started in 2017. They got placed.
Okay, so they were placed with their maternal grandparents.
Yes.
Okay, hold on, and let's figure out what we can do for you.
Now, it's a referral for what?
For a lawyer.
His Denver trial attorney.
Afterwards,
I don't know what else to say. I mean, I don't know of anyone, really, that will help him.
Oh, yeah. So go
No, I just pulled up that whole case, Smith versus Gilpin County. Dude, it was as bad as you can imagine. When he called the sheriff, this black dude that lived in Gilpin, when he called the sheriff, at one point his neighbor tied him up and drug him behind a car, shot through their fucking window, had the dog attack him. But when he called the sheriff, this is why he got the $1 million+ from the county of Gilpin. It would pop up in their system, N-word Roy. They actually named him that in their fucking system.
Hey, Drew.
And he argues he never said that in the thing. And one of the people that worked at the sheriff's department back there said they put that in there. He never did. That's one of the reasons he got it. I didn't realize all this other shit.
Who do I have?
Didn't he say that he referred to himself as that?
DenverTrialLawyers.com. DenverTrialLawyers.com. That website is to go to and read about them. They do go to trial. They do get judgments. This is where you go for weird cases. Listen, they won't charge for an initial consultation, but they're going to tell you the truth. If they think you have a case, they'll tell you. Catastrophic injuries is what they go after, to the tune, as I said, of $70 million for a birth injury, $22 million for malpractice, $5 million for sexual assault. That was just recently in Adams County. If you need help, DenverTrialLawyers.com.
Who? Oh, I don't know. So it was on like 60 Minutes, and I literally watched it playing poker at Lily Bell's.
Here, but I don't see
that. We were all sitting there. Everybody knew it was coming on, but they didn't know the extent.
So that retro foam is in the sky or what? All right.
You said Denver trial like that's what you were doing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right.
They said we just voted on that going after old judgments, otherwise we're going to have to raise property taxes.
So you go after old judgments. Fuck yeah,
Guys.
you do. Here's the deal. Here's
This
even the
Gilpin
better
guy,
part.
you know, he sounded like Yahtzee.
It just doesn't matter. The problem is, if
Bingo.
you say they're not going to renew your license,
You
you
didn't get
pay. I mean,
$400
that's it. There's nothing to do.
I know.
That thing with New Jersey, I'm like, how could something that happened 50
Because it was a judgment.
years ago?
I'll bet you it was a judgment.
It probably was, but it didn't even. It still came down to the reality. What am I going to do? Fly to New Jersey?
Right. How much did you pay?
We had a case.
I had to pay it.
How much was it?
We
How
had a
much was
case
it,
where
Mark?
Unpaid child support came up. We had a case where unpaid child support came up for a guy, and he had paid it, and it was in New Jersey. And they wouldn't renew his license here.
I just heard from the girl from the XL Energy thing yesterday. She has to go to work at 12, so do we want to do the update without her?
Yeah, no,
She's the one who updated me. It's good.
Okay, good. Let's get her on.
She can't come on. She's got to be at work in 10 minutes. I don't think there's enough time.
I want you to be her.
I love how we help her and she can't come on.
Mark, she just has to work at noon. She's got a fucking
You
job.
get in touch with our angel and tell her
She's
to
got a
cancel
fucking
everything.
job.
Is this the one with the $200
Mark,
bill?
she's got a fucking job.
It's, guess what?
You know what? You tell her.
The XL electrician says that the meter isn't even wired to her apartment.
Well, how the hell is this possible?
Because they said they turned off our meter, which was supposed to turn off our...
Was it you that were talking?
No, it was Ken.
Her meter's
Maybe
going
we
to a
talk about
different
it tomorrow
apartment.
before noon with her when she's available.
Let's do it.
Do you want to do that instead?
Her meter is going to a different apartment.
Now we're going to get the landlord up. They got to fix that.
And you tell her if she can't get on, she's still paying the bill.
Yeah.
See, you're too easy on these people.
Mark says she's got a fucking job.
Mark, love, peace and love.
I am
Peace and love.
So
This is
I
my
wonder
meditation stand.
if they're just taking the full meter then and dividing it up among all of them.
No,
Is
it'd
it
be
the same
way
one?
higher than that.
Is it the one that had the heat pump?
Electric
Yes.
furnace. Electric furnace. No heat.
Hey, did you pay him the $25 yet?
I fucking don't owe him.
What? You haven't proven it yet. Just because everybody says it is doesn't
Your
mean it
case
is.
is my case.
What's the difference between an electric, a heat pump, and an, well, I know what the
An
difference
electric
is.
furnace.
I know what the difference is.
Well-
A heat pump's reverse cycle AC, right?
And they do go in conjunction, so you use the electric furnace as your backup heat. So anytime you drop below 30 degrees, you kick in your electric furnace.
So it could have both. A
Yes.
heat pump.
That'd be very expensive.
No,
That's what I
No,
had.
that's what we did.
That
It's
is what I had.
That-
Dan, I was wrong. You know, at
Each
Landmark,
unit.
that's what I remember them telling me that. I remember them telling me this is only good for 30 degrees. And I said, then what happens? They said this turns on.
The electric backup strip heat kicks
Yeah.
in. That's
Exactly.
your electric furnace.
A lot of people in Texas have
whether or
heat
not
pumps.
they had an
They don't
electric
get cold,
furnace.
No.
so you don't need to heat that
I
much.
said they have a heat pump. He said they have a furnace. They have both.
We don't know they have both.
You owe him.
You owe him, Dan.
He owes you.
What the hell?
When are you going to pay him?
Double.
God almighty, Dano.
Has free consultations always and located near Union Station with free parking. Listen to this. Convenient appointments nights.
This poor guy.
and
I feel
weekends.
bad for
All
him.
of his ratings online are 5 stars.
Old Roy,
Why
man.
don't you use him well? He does pre and
You call him
post
Joe.
So, vehicular assault,
administration,
the hanging,
maybe someone contesting a
shooting incident, dog bite incident, and other incidents. And the sheriff wouldn't do anything. His neighbor did all this shit, though. He ended up getting, he might have got $2 million from Gilpin. You're right, Gilpin County, at least back then, that's about as racist as you
No,
can
they had a lot of
possibly
bad shit.
get.
They had a lot of bad shit. I'm not kidding you. But there was more than Gilpin. Isn't Park County up there? And then there's another one. They're bad, like the
They're not like that
rednecks.
anymore with all those casinos now, though. They got all the tax revenue in the world.
Well, that's because the engines run it.
Engine.
Right?
Damn.
That's our state. That's our state money.
Extra cash.
Oh, it's not Indian Run? Oh, that's in Florida.
Well, there's many states that have it.
Yeah. Oklahoma.
Arizona,
South Dakota,
Oklahoma.
Minnesota.
Well, there was some
North Dakota.
Native Americans that wanted to take over, like out by DIA, and build a casino.
No, engine. No, you've heard the term engine.
Tom
You
Sawyer.
can't talk.
Tom
Is that
Sawyer.
bad?
Engine Joe.
I don't know. Where'd they get it from?
I don't know. It was in Huckleberry Finn.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, so we have gone through so many different problems. We have another 2 hours to go. You know what? Just when you think the fun is too much to bear, we get another 2 hours to lay on you. So you can talk to us. Like Lewis, he wants to talk about this, and this sounds serious. Now, your mom, the biological mom, the mom, abused the kids. They were taken away, given to the maternal grandparents. Lewis, this was a while ago. Now, when you called me,
on. Now there's more to it.
Yeah,
and then in October, now the maternal grandparents, the grandfather, he sexually assaulted one of the kids. So now they got placed out of their household.
Well, you know what? That doesn't surprise me, Lewis, because if your ex or the biological mom was abused herself, she became an abuser. So that's following a pattern. If she abused the children, it's probably because her father abused her, and now the father was found out, and they removed him from the home
and placed back with the mother now. And I'm just here.
Wait. They removed him, but he's back there now with the kids?
Now, well, they removed the grandparents. Moving from the grandparents, and instead of giving my son to me, like there's 4 kids, one's 18 now, so she's back with her sister. They replaced.
So you're telling me the original mom, the biological mom who was originally charged with abuse, is now has her parental rights back?
Exactly, and I'm still here visitations.
But hold on a sec, Lewis. Did she go through the requirements of the training and all of the supervised visits? Because if she went through that, then in their mind, she rehabilitated.
Yes, and she did, and I also had to do it too, and I had no part of the situation.
But that's good news that they followed through with her, and maybe it's good news. Do you think she's better, or do you think she's going to go back to her old ways?
Honestly, we had incidents already that happened again. We met halfways, and there's situations that the kids told me, and I referred it back to the...
How old are the kids now?
All right, now because one's 18 now, so she's out of their home. So there's 3 kids in there, but I got one. He's 9 years old. He'll soon to be 10 in March. There's a 7-year-old, and there's a 12-year-old. One's a girl. There's the 2 youngest are boys.
Okay, so the 9 and 7, and one of those is your biological son.
Yes.
And are all of them like your stepchildren? Do they look to you as a dad?
They do. Actually, even the small one, I'm on his birth certificate. So I and when I go to court, they say, "Oh, well, you're not the biological father," but yeah, I'm on his birth certificate. So it's like some days I'm not.
So you want to help all 3 children?
Oh yeah, always. Yep. Yes.
Do you want partial custody?
And I would love my rights.
I understand that, but Lewis, I can't help but thinking, what did we do 9 months ago? We must have told you had to make a motion for parental rights.
Yes, and we did that, and that's in the grandparents' household. Yes, we did that. Yes.
Okay, and did you get any rights?
Rights as far as anything right now, I just have access to his because I didn't have access.
Hold on.
I have no idea
access to what?
Access to his dental, doctor.
Okay. Do you get any visitation?
Right now, I'm supposed to do it every other weekend.
Okay.
See, she missed
Lewis,
another weekend.
Do you want more than every other weekend?
Oh, yes, because it's only currently less than 24 hours. I'm trying to raise a son, especially this day and age.
Yeah.
Yes, I do want that. Yes, I do.
Okay. So are you calling now because they're back with mom?
Yes, and I'm just saying what I can do because there is a lawyer on it now. I was qualified for one, and she just said, I got to go through the process again. If
That's
they want
true.
Me to go to,
what do they want you to do, though?
They haven't got there yet. They said, she motioned to say that, I have no part of this, so I don't do no classes.
Lewis, she's trying to say since you were not part of the abuse, you should not have to rehabilitate.
Yes, exactly, yes. So that's
that's kind of true. But unless, is the mom making any accusations against you?
She has.
That's why. Times. They're not going to take a chance, Lewis. If any of the parent accuses each other of this, they're going to make you go through a program, and it's not difficult. It's something, your ex did it. She did it to get the kids back. And here's the thing. Are you calling because she missed one weekend or because you want a motion and change the whole thing?
Oh, no, I just want more time because this day and age,
All right, hold on. Just hold on. Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal. Used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans.
Not a messy situation. A big selection of models and makes, but a big selection of prices. You can get lower priced vehicles all the way up to more expensive vehicles, but the bottom line is you save money. Prices are clearly marked on every single car. You also have.
But you don't know about the teacher in Aurora?
To choose from. They're open Monday.
You haven't been following the story of the
No,
teacher?
what is it again?
So he was the teacher mentor in a group of African American kids, and he's very well known, loved in the school, and the kids were calling each other the N-word. They were black, and he told them they had to stop, and he fought them to stop. Well, the school fired him for it.
There's got to be more to it than that.
All I know is the other night there was a hearing with the school board where the school recommended him being fired, and the whole place was packed with African Americans in there defending this guy, saying there's no way this should be happening.
It was pretty interesting.
Why they canned him?
Well,
it's so hard to get canned as a teacher.
Well, they haven't canned him. They've recommended it. So now with all these new revelations, the school board's going back, but he's been fighting it since the beginning of the year.
Man, that's crazy.
What is the school down there? It's the one on Smoky Hill.
Oh, that's
Smoky Hills.
It's not Smoky Hill.
No, it's Cherokee Trail.
No.
Actually, isn't that where Jackie went?
You talking about the big high school there?
Yeah.
On the east side of
Smoky Hill and
of C470.
Yes, it's
yeah.
Well, it's not on the east side of C470.
It's pretty new, right?
No, it's not new. It's old. It's like Smoky Hill and Hampton. You know that.
Oh, okay. On the west side there.
I think that's. It's been on Channel 2 News like every night. I get home and instead of watching whatever, I'll watch it.
Drew called back again. Are we done with him?
I think so.
Unless you want to talk to him, just
give him your home phone number so he can talk to you.
You have got to give me more information just then. They don't come up.
Oh, I just.
And then you're like, oh, I mean under HVAC. I'm an investigator. I need the whole story.
That's right.
I tried to lead you. Are you from Aurora?
I went, yeah.
What's the school on Smoky Hill in Hampton?
In Hampton, well, there's Smoky Hill High School is over there.
What's the big? There's another school there. I can't think of it.
You said high school.
I thought the high school. And I thought it was on.
Oh, it's one of the new ones.
No, he said it was old.
Overland.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's Overland High School, where the school teacher's in trouble for saying the N-word.
Oh, Smoky Hill.
Is it at
Smoky Hill? I know, yeah. Shannon and I both went to Smoky Hill High School.
Okay.
Yeah,
Smoky
go
Hill,
Bucks.
Greenwood Village, they're all the same.
It's all in the south of
I
the
can
town.
still hear come the charging buffaloes, wearing the scarlet and green.
They're buffaloes?
Charging down that old Smoky Hill trail.
Well, I don't think the women are like that. Hey, we're buffaloes.
Lady Buffs.
Oh, I can't believe I gotta go to the Springs, damn it. Hate that stupid drive.
What are you going to the Springs for?
It's a different radio station down
Completing
there.
a new room by changing just one thing, the floor. Now, during Lumber Liquidators,
Just between Castle Rock and Monument. Actually, it's even further than
You gotta get there before the traffic starts getting bad.
No, it's getting back. I'm gonna be screwed.
and with special financing, you can make that change
See you
sooner
later.
than you think.
You know, if that stupid Cripple Creek was closer, I'd go up and play poker, but it's so fucking far from Colorado Springs.
They live on a piece of land they call greener pasture, and they work on it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1.
I'm gonna quit that mouth. You'll be gone. We're gonna have some.
What is your population?
5,000.
With all the money they make from the casinos, though, how could they possibly have to raise taxes?
I just made that.
Oh, I thought you were serious about that.
We've talked about it.
I mean, they would never raise that. They just raise them on the gambling. Or is that like PUC shit, or you don't know?
I do think they got way too many public servants in that county. For 5,000 people.
Well, I'll tell you what, you leave out of there, you're guaranteed you get pulled over and check to see if you're drinking.
I have never been pulled over.
I have been pulled over like 4 times on my bike.
Really?
Which way do you go back?
Just basically down right through the
Not the parkway.
The canyon.
See, I'm usually on the parkway.
See, I go down Canyon every weekend.
Really?
Never been pulled over.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just because I'm on my bike or what, but they flag us every time.
I think maybe one time I was pulled over in the canyon, but they just stopped me. It was almost like a bullshit deal to see if I'd been drinking, and I wasn't. They didn't give me a ticket, but I didn't really give a shit. I mean, I think I was in a good mood because I did good, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't drink, just for that general purpose. We know we're going to get pulled over.
On that.
Yeah, so it's
See,
like,
but I never take, I usually almost always go to the Parkway. Not just in the RV, I was thinking about that. I like the Parkway better. You get behind a fucking construction truck or a semi on that fucking road, it's a nightmare. It is brutal.
Well, it's like say it's fairly.
Now, sometimes I'll exit where Kermit's, that bar used to be, and I'll go that way. That's not too bad. Do you remember Kermit's?
Oh, yeah.
What was their motto? Kermit's necrophiliacs, where dead girls don't say no. That was on all their matchbook covers. Oh, Lord. I used to stop when we just have people in town just to get those stupid matchbooks.
That's pretty funny.
It's crazy, man.
I've never stopped in there and stuff.
You've never? I've been in there numerous times. So for a while, they had $1 bills like everywhere. I mean, when I say everywhere, there wasn't 1 square inch without them. The fire marshal came in and made them take them all down because it was a fire hazard.
Made him take what down?
There was a bar up by Black Hawk Central City area, Idaho Springs.
Well, 6 and I-70.
It was called Kermit's, and literally on their matchbooks, it was called Kermit's Necrophiliacs, where dead girls don't say no. That was on their matchbook covers. Biker bar.
Did they make? Who made them take it off?
No one made them take that off. Inside, people would pin up these dollar bills. Haven't you ever been in a restaurant?
Put their name on.
There was like, there had to be fucking 5,000 $1 bills in there. Fire marshal came in and
It's either that or the owner said, just made that up so he could take them all down and deposit them.
Jeez, I don't know, man, because they were all written all over. I mean, I don't know how that would work.
There's one up in Pine that has the same thing.
There was one where you can't see the wall.
Yeah.
That's how this was.
Anywhere.
That's how this was.
Yeah, but the owner needed some cash, so he took them all down and said the fire marshal made him do it.
There have to be 10 grand in this one place.
What's that other biker one up by where that, remember that hot dog place outside up past Evergreen? It was a hot dog place that's shaped like a hot dog. It was a hot dog place shaped like a was it Conifer?
Yeah.
The
Coney
Buckstore.
Island.
The Buckstore.
That's the one that's got the bills all over it.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Buddy Mitchell's with us, Simply Floors, Inc. And you know what? I would imagine, just from my amateuristic point of view, it's a slow time for floors because it's in between everything. After the holidays, after the new year, not anything big coming up. I'll check with you on that. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Don't forget that. They're having a 20% off if you put Martino in the coupon code, RealCBDThatWorks.com. So tell me, is it a slow time for floors? I just thought maybe it would be.
We just had our best January ever.
What? Really? So January's not normally slow?
Oh, normally it's crazy slow. We're really busy. We're so busy.
It's the economy, seriously.
I think it has to be because we work with a bunch of remodel contractors, and they're swamped this time of year, and they usually don't pick up until the Home and Garden Show. They're usually really slow, and then the Home and Garden Show kicks off the season. This year, it never slowed down.
Do you remember how we met Buddy back in the day, Tom?
Yes.
Jim Ross, the carpetbagger.
Yep.
Ripped off that old guy dying of cancer, and Buddy stepped in and basically finished his basement up at next to no cost. It was crazy.
I wonder if that guy's around still, Jim Ross.
No.
We run across some really bad people in the flooring industry.
Yeah, they seem to come and go quick, don't they?
Yeah. 303-713-TALK. Don is back. Now, I want to bring you up to date. Don got a citation 25 years ago in Gilpin County. Somehow, it was converted to a judgment. That judgment has been renewed all these years. Finally, they're telling him they're going to collect the money or take his license. At first, he thought it was trying to collect on a citation, and I told him 25 years would be far beyond any statute of limitations, and he could ignore it. But then when he sent us the notice, I realized they were referencing an actual judgment. Now, to go back and fight a judgment after 25 years is almost impossible. So why are you calling us back, Don? Did you not like our answer or what?
No, basically, I was just hoping to kind of finish up and
okay,
ask,
go.
Well, what do you think I should do?
Pay it.
I mean, as far as
pay it.
If you're in just okay.
I would first
try to work out a payment plan or
yes,
anything.
I don't want to be.
They will do that.
I don't want to be glib about it because you did mention you're having a hardship and you can't pay it. So why don't you at least take a stab at this? There's a citation number on there, not the judge. The citation number. See if Gilpin has a record of payment. Don't go to the people that enforce the tickets. Don't go to the state that issued the judgment or that has the judgment filed. Go to the cashier's office and the Treasury. How do they keep track of this? Where? And see if they can look at it. It could be their wires got crossed. If you go to the regular people that enforce them, they're going to see this collection notice and say, no, it was never paid. But I'm talking about someone who will actually look at their payment records back then. I'm not sure they even have them. So try that first. You might find a paid receipt for that somewhere in their records. Then you can take that over to the courts. If not...
I had Wells Fargo at the time, and they didn't have any record from back then either.
Well, Wells Fargo does have records from back then because I had to get records.
Really? They told me the lady from Wells Fargo told me she didn't have it.
Well,
I'll have to call somebody
else. Was that the local Wells Fargo?
Yeah, that was the one in Commerce City I used to go to.
Well,
when I was
they
younger.
do. You might have to go some to get them, but you have to narrow it down. You can't just you have to narrow it down to whatever year it was and month, or at least a couple months. Don, after that, if you can't find proof of payment, then set up a payment plan. All right, we have one of our guests today, in addition to Buddy Mitchell, simplyfloorsinc.com, and I want to talk to him about two things now. I talked to him about the warranty issue. We talked about that, and I never told him what I was looking at, some weird stuff. And I think I still kept it here, yeah. And then I want to talk to him about how busy it gets and when the busiest time is, or the best. No, here's the question: the best time to buy a carpet. Is there a best time? Because with almost everything, there are good times to buy. Is there a best time to buy carpeting and floor covering in general?
I would say probably between now and May.
Okay. Because
it's slower, and then
summer gets busy.
Yeah, summer gets really busy. Flooring tends to be a event for people. They're getting their daughter married, so they want new floors before people come in, or the holidays or whatever.
Okay.
So it gets really busy at certain times of the year.
And right before school too.
Right before school, and then it gets really busy right after school starts.
Oh, okay. So now's a great time.
Yeah, it's a great time.
Then we have with us Dwayne Haskins, and he's with Custom Heating, Plumbing, AC, and Electrical Services. And we joked about his website because his website is actually Custom HPACES. And what that stands for is his company, Custom, and then H is for heating, P is for plumbing, and A is for AC is for AC, and ES is for electrical services. So he put Custom HPACES.com. And we joked about it, saying, why do people feel they have to have the name of their company in the website name? They don't have to. They could get a clever name, and it doesn't have to be the name of their business. And then we talked about how clever Simply Floors Inc. is, because it's both the name of their business and their website. But not all the time do people have that convenience. They have to go with some other different name. So Dwayne, while he was here, I said, you know what else too, Dwayne? I would like Get Found Fast, the people who help us, look at your website. We would like them to look at your website to see how, if it's optimized for SEO, or if it needs help, what the load times are and all of that. Because they do this free of charge for people who come in for an initial consultation. They analyze a website. In a website, Google controls the internet, really. So in a website, you want everything Google wants. It's really a weird thing that you have a search engine, Google, and instead of Google trying to appeal to us, they make us appeal to them. So to show up in Google, you have to be liked by Google. In order to be liked by Google, you have to do a number of things. They demand organization. They don't want a website that's a hodgepodge. They also demand quick load times. They demand a certain organization, certain information. They don't want irrelevant information. They want congruent information. If you were a HVAC company and you put a lot of naked girls in there or little hidden tags like that to get people to find it, they actually penalize you for that. So, and I'm not saying you're doing that, by the way. Okay, so we have this website, and what we'd like to know is how does it perform on its own right now? Since you've had no real help with this area, have you?
No, I have not.
Okay, and we want to get you some help free right now. Just we want to analyze this. So I'm going to ask Dusty just to start, and then we'll finish. I have to take a quick break. So Dusty, what's your initial reaction to CustomHPACES.com?
Hey, Tom. Hey, Dwayne. My
Yes.
initial reaction is there are a lot of issues that I'm seeing here. First and foremost, while I know that this is a website that, Dwayne, you probably built on GoDaddy Website Builder, I do really strongly think that just the overall design, before we even get into all of the rest of it, just the overall user experience of this site is very dated. It is very dated. And I'm lovingly saying to you, I know this to be true. If you do nothing else, go back into GoDaddy's website builder platform and find another template, because this one is doing you zero favors just in a pure user experience. How do I call you? Where do I get a hold of you? What do I do?
Yeah, I see there's a contact on the header, but I see what you mean. It does look like if they had the internet in the 50s, this would be it. But by the way, I do want to mention this about Dwayne Haskins and Custom Heating, Plumbing, AC, and Electrical Services. They're on our referral list. And I do want to mention, you say it looks old-fashioned. Apparently, you're not looking at the way he dresses. I'm just kidding. And his beard.
Great picture on there.
I don't think there's anything in the 70s Dwayne left behind. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Dwayne, hold on. We'll come back for more.
It's Ross Kaminsky.
Mornings at 5.
It's not only liberals who
I want her to look at my website.
A lot of flair. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it'll get people on your website.
I know. Everybody's going to say, what the hell's wrong with them? Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. What do I mean by that? Ideal is a lender, locally owned and operated. And what do I mean by an ideal loan? Aren't all loans the same? They really aren't. With Ideal, first of all, you have the interest rate guarantee, which means if interest rates go down over 2 years, they refinance you free of charge. And then you get another 2 years and another 2 years. You basically always have a guarantee going out 2 years. And they have credit optimization. Even though you're approved, they don't stop there. Do you know you can correct little things on your credit report that can save you a lot of money? They had one case where a credit card was paid down $40 and it saved the guy $200 a month. IdealHomeLoans.com also has the custom term loan, which means you get the low rate, but you don't have to go back to 30. You can pick a 23-year loan or an 18-year loan or whatever you want. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. And you know what? They're usually at least an eighth of a point cheaper than the big guys. That's 303-867-7000.
Guys, it's hard to believe, but Valentine's Day is here, and you need a special gift for
Custom
that
H
special
Paces.
someone. Hi, this is Christine, General
You
Manager.
said like that. My website is Custom
I
H
realize
Paces.
candy and flowers are popular gifts, But this year,
Well, I'm curious to see any recommendations. These guys are good. This is fantastic. This is something I was clocking anyways. And so I have a couple of networking groups, and they went through and looked at it for me. And
But don't go with your uncle's best friend's cousin's recommendation.
No.
These guys, you know what? They'll do as little or as much as you want, and they'll answer every single one of your questions. So they're not. If you don't want to do saying that's too much, but they'll at least give you solid information.
Well, I definitely want to talk to them.
This Dusty's.
And then after you talk to them, then you can go shop and see who else tells you a good story.
She was really nice to him
They'll
too.
give you the They'll give you the baseline.
The other day she told a lady, "Hey, the '90s call. We want your website back." Remember that shit? I was like, "Damn, that lady was mad."
Tom, I guess snacks are back up there.
Can't you see that? It's funny. Better not leave a mess. I heard you're the whole reason they got rid of them through the grapevine.
I clean up.
You clean up nice?
I cleaned it up. I wiped it off and everything. I was so grateful.
Who's this? Wasn't me. Wasn't me.
Unless you get it on tape here.
Wasn't me.
Money Matters Podcast with Scott Hansen and Pat McClain.
He's an idiot. He's an absolute idiot.
No idea.
What is this?
No
Now,
idea.
let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why he's an idiot. What do you think is in that annuity? What do you think is the money behind it?
It's a commercial.
No idea. It's bonds. Okay. It's bonds. When the insurance company doesn't push it into a magic
Sounds like
ball,
a
shake it around. They invest in all.
talk show like
And if it's a
that.
fixed annuity, then they're
Handle
money
in the law or
bonds.
something.
I want to
He's
hear. That's not Handle.
No, I know it's not.
No, but I might want the guy.
I like Handle.
For more information or to download a podcast, go to allworthfinancial.com/podcast.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind having a guy as an expert who knows what he's talking about.
When it comes to it.
If he's colorful.
I have a hard time reading people listen to Ramsey all the time.
Listen to what?
Ramsey, Dave Ramsey.
No, well,
He's terrible. He's
No, I
terrible.
know, but his advice,
It's terrible.
sometimes it is, but not all the time. You have to understand who's
For the
listening.
average guy, I don't think his
He has
advice
really
is
good
that.
advice,
It's
but
way below average.
here's his problem. He doesn't believe in any leveraging, which is so impractical and stupid. It is so impractical.
I don't know how he says tear up all your credit cards.
That's what I mean.
And then tell me you can go on a trip without a credit card. Tell me.
You can. I do it all the time. I have no credit cards.
Really? You have a debit card though.
I have a debit card.
Okay.
He doesn't say tear up your debit card.
No, I know it, but I mean, but even that, you
But-
gotta have so much on there that debit card.
But you want to know something? Truly, it is really asinine because a lot of people don't know how to use credit to say no one should have credit. It really is.
Oh, I know.
I mean, okay, he's right. It fucks a lot of people up. It really does. But that doesn't mean you don't use it as a tool if you know how to use it. Like guns. I mean, really. Guns fuck a lot of people
You
up.
can put it with everything.
Tools.
Alcohol.
Cigarettes.
Yeah. No, cigarettes.
There is no
Totally.
redeeming. That's
I know.
true. There's no redeeming value for tobacco. None. None.
I just
Yeah,
cannot
but you
believe it.
want people to smoke.
Mm-hmm. 4 pops a day.
It's called America. It's called America.
So you just like the taste in your mouth of a cigar?
You know what I love, and I hate to say this, I love the smell of cigars when because it reminds me of my grandpa.
I like the
You know.
smell of fuel.
2 hours, it just feels just.
You know, someone else
Yeah,
I
it
know
just
loves the
depends on,
smell
you know,
of
I mean,
fucking
there's
gas
some
I
cigars.
do.
and
I love it.
I can't stand it.
And then there's other
I
ones.
hate
so,
marijuana.
like,
I'll tell you
the
the worst
Jersey
smell to
shakes,
me that gives me a
those-
headache every time.
So those are
Nail
wonderful.
polish remover.
Acid.
Yeah.
Ever
like
since
those.
I was a kid. What is that, acetone?
You know what else I like the smell of that's weird? Cow
Oh, you
manure.
know, I do. And I don't like the smell, but I.
One clear choice, garage doors. You know, he's a former Marine, and you would think like he has a troop. When they come to your house, they're so neat, clean, efficient, orderly. I love them. They really are great. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. They do openers, and they do the actual garage doors. A lot of people don't know that. And I've had all of it done at my home by One Clear Choice. A real paying customer, great services. And they'll do the Wi-Fi technology with the app on your phone and battery backup. 720-370 3987. Just remember, oneclearchoicestores.com or on the referral list at referrallist.com. So, give us a call. We have a lot of time for people, and I will get you, James, about your Endurance car warranty, but I want to go back to Dusty with Get Found Fast. Get Found Fast is a search optimization company, a digital online marketing company, and also basically an online presence enhancer. They tell you how to make your site optimized for Google, for search engines, and for people loading it. Just what does it look like? They give you free analysis if you call them. And I asked them to do that for Dwayne, because I gave Dwayne some crap about the name of his website because he abbreviated it so much. But he has a great company, Custom Heating, Plumbing, AC, and Electrical Services, on our referral list. And I asked if Get Found Fast would look at his website. They said, first of all, it's out of date. It looks old-fashioned, and it does. It looks dated. What else can you say about it, Dusty? Hold on. Yeah. Was she going in and out, or is that me?
It's you. Human.
Yeah, and what the point you're making, Dusty, is you should at least be on the first page with your own damn name.
Absolutely.
And he's not even there with his own name, even if you put his name in there.
Exactly. Now, one might argue, well, I'm there in the maps, but when I look at custom, and this goes back to your gripe with it, Tom, HPACES. Hey, listen, I'm Sally Sue, homeowner in Denver. I don't even know what the heck HPACES
No, I know.
means.
See, in his mind, it's an initial for his business.
I get it. Yeah. But I've got to think like the consumer, and they're not thinking about that. They're just thinking, I need a new water heater.
Right.
My furnace is crapped out.
That's right. So, how are the load times on the site?
Sure. So we want to have a load time of 3 seconds. And the reason why is because we as humans are too, we don't want to wait for anything.
Right.
And if your website doesn't load in 3 seconds, basically up to 50% of people won't even wait for it. Yours takes 6.89 seconds to load. So while that doesn't seem like a lot, you literally are losing up to 50% of people that would even land on your site because it's not loading quick enough.
You know, this poor guy comes to the show to say hello, and what do? Huh?
You know what? We're making it
Give him a smack in the face right here. Okay. And Dusty, what should he do? What would be the first thing you do? Is basically a new design and quicker content.
Sure. We would put basically beacons, which are words, onto the website so that Google, that's that organization, Tom, you were talking about earlier.
Right.
There is an organization that Google wants, and it makes it better for Google to find you. And the way that we do that is by adding specific words that are going to drive business. Right? Like air conditioner repair Denver, HVAC services Denver, heating contractors Denver,
right.
Or even heating contractor near me. This is how he'll get more business and make more money, because currently, as we're seeing, even with his name, he doesn't get that really cool thing on the right-hand side of the screen either, called a Google My Business.
Right.
A lot of action happens.
I don't think
right?
he's probably even signed up to Google My Business yet. Did you? Okay, you did. Okay. So he did. Here's what we need to do. We just need to give him the basics. And here's the good part. He comes off very well in his photo and like genuine and honest. And I like that little bio. I would make it shorter and bullet points. And I like that. You have a really good appeal. I like the way, the warmth of it, even in the old-fashioned part. But I think a design would make all the difference. Now, your logo, I kind of like that retro look.
I do too.
I like it, but you can do it in a better site. I like the logo, though, the custom part.
I do too.
And because custom is foremost in your name, you got to play on that. And then we got to come up, and I'm going to help you come up with a URL to point to this. We're going to think of something really cool.
Yeah, because what we can do, and this is not, and this goes for probably a lot of your referral list people, right? This custom HPACES.com, we'll still keep that.
Right,
and
right.
And you want to keep that, so don't let that go because your domain
The age, yeah, you want that old domain.
Years old, and we love that. And so you come up with something cutesy like custom,
whatever,
HVAC Denver, whatever. We then do this thing called a redirect. So human types in whatever the cutesy.com name is, and then it just redirects to this other domain, so we don't lose any of the authority in the age of
I want to ask you something. He has a very simple, and I like simple websites as far as not multiple depths and pages, but does that hurt? Do people like multiple pages, or do they like he has home, about us, and contact us? I like that, but do people want to see more depth?
So that's a great question. The answer can be yes or no, but for this guy and for contractors in general, here's some baselines. Humans only spend, on average, 1:30 on a website altogether. 1 minute, 30 seconds is all we're given a website just in general. So then, when you load into a website, what you want to see, you've got, like a rodeo, 8 seconds to get the consumer, the customer, the person that lands on your website to do something else.
Okay.
And that's a huge, big, old, fat miss that I'm seeing on here. Tom, I agree. It's fine. Keep it clean. Keep it simple. The thing that's frustrating me the most about this website, there is no way for me to call you right away. You don't make it easy for me to call you.
Make a
and
click.
You can argue, make a click to call button. And with all due respect, even with the contact form, I guarantee you that if somebody gets on the phone with Dwayne, he's probably got an 80 to 90% chance of getting the appointment as opposed to having somebody fill in a contact form. So I go to his contact page. Sure, the number's there, but what is that, font size 10? And then I can't even click to call it? Like that, we got to make it easier for the consumer.
Okay, man, I'll tell you what, we gave him enough to put him in pain a little. Come on, Dwayne, please help yourself. Dusty, thank you very much, by the way. GetFoundFast.com, 303-952-4900. More coming up.
This is... Have you heard of geofencing?
Oh, of course. They said they try to do everything like an iPhone. It's easy
Dwayne,
on an iPhone and stuff.
for the hell of it, call him and see, and then let me know.
Oh, I will.
I want you to let me know what different levels they have.
Okay? I'm pretty excited about the information. So that's.
And listen, I'm really gonna help you though on the other part. Hey, Mark, I want to just tell you something. I'll tell you in a minute.
Listen, I haven't shot for a steel building for a year and a half.
Yes.
Listen to this message I just got.
Due to winter maintenance operations, no estimated time when it will.
You're gonna love this.
Down the drive across the metro area in pretty good shape right now. Just a couple of minor snow spots in the highway drive. Right across South Highway 36 to Basket to watch out for. Forecast. Mostly sunny right around this afternoon with a high 33. Right now, haze forward and 25.
Just say we predict this story. We when somebody calls.
Year and a half ago.
We tell you exactly what they're going to say. Don't they fucking know that?
They happen to have a building my exact size.
They say it every time.
That's crazy.
Okay, got it. 10 seconds. Mic's on. 5 seconds. Mic's on. Mic's on now. I want someone to talk to. Whenever I have a problem, I want someone to talk to. I don't want to just click around. I want to talk. John Fuller is that guy. John Fuller you can talk to. Leave a message. Just call the number. When you're in a car accident, you get information from everyone. The brother-in-laws, the sister-in-laws, those who think they know everything, the cousins, the neighbors. Go to John Fuller for free advice immediately. He's friendly. He cares. He's a good guy. John Fuller, Fuller Law. Here's the website, personalinjuryco.com. But call him for free legal advice when you need it the most. And if he takes the case, he only gets paid when he collects for you. 303-597-4500.
Do you like Andy's list?
You know, I did. So they were bought out a while back, and they have just watered that whole thing down. And you can't get a straight answer from anybody over there anymore.
You know who bought them?
Yeah, Home Advisor.
Home Advisor, which is the worst company in America.
The worst company.
I would get leads 3 days later, and they've already contracted with people, and then they sold me the lead.
Right.
Oh, God.
Right.
And I was just like...
And you can't get your money back.
And you can't get your money back, and you fight them, and they're like, oh, we'll give you credit on most. It's like, you know, screw it, I want to cancel my contract. Well, you can't, and you fight them and fight them and fight them. I would tell you that if I could, I would put them out of business. They're the worst company in America.
Oh, they're putting themselves out of business.
Well, they are.
Yeah. And we've heard this over.
You know who's done great for me? Well, besides Martino, because I advertise on here, but is Yelp. Yelp, I'm killing it with Yelp.
Nice.
It's because I have so many good reviews. If you don't have reviews on Yelp, don't pay for it. But once you get like 10 or 15 good reviews on there, Yelp kills it.
Well, we work the Angie's List system. We have almost 1,300 reviews on there with an A rating.
Right.
And so we were the leading contractor. I actually got a handwritten letter from Angie, you know. And so we worked that whole system, and then these guys bought it, and it just watered it out. It was just unreal.
But I'll say this: do you have good reviews on Yelp?
I have not worked my Yelp.
Work your Yelp just like you did Angie's List. Work it, work it, work it. Now I have like 90 reviews, but 50 of them are really, really good, and they don't recommend those. And then I have 40 that are really good, and they recommend those. And then I have like 5 or bad ones, and I don't care if it's a bad review, they post it. Doesn't matter. But I'm telling you, I'm spending $2,000 a month with Yelp, crushing 302 marketing. Yeah. So I try to keep my advertising cost at 5%, right? And they're 5%.
I just did it the other day.
They're 5%, and Yelp's 5%. That's the only ones I can keep there. Pay per click on Google is about 12%, but it still works. I still do it. It's just, you know, I spend a lot of money. I spend a lot of money on my website.
I did it under TSN. That's where I have the account.
Do you do all plumbing?
We don't do sewers. Okay. That's the one thing we stay away from.
Hey, Grant, when's my spot?
We will be using their payroll services for many years to come. Thank you, Patriot Software. 5 stars.
Go to patriotsoftware.com to get your payroll pricing for up to 100 employees. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll processing free. That's patriotsoftware.com.
You can light treatment, that's for your water.
No, that's actually for your duct system, so that kills any molds, viruses, anything like that going through it.
I got a question. A few years ago, 8 years ago, before I got into flooring, I was thinking about going into I wanted to get a sales job.
It's just so simple. It's nothing big.
And they talked about going into HVAC systems and blowing plastic in it to seal them.
Yeah.
Is that a scam or?
I'm not a big fan of it.
And I picked it on
so, you know, I mean, if you have a nice clean system,
I only spent $10.
It's a great way to go.
And Suzanne said,
yeah,
that they
They're selling stuff now to try to seal up the system because there's loss of energy.
Exactly. So you know,
my system was built in '76, and I'm sure it leaks like a fit.
Yeah.
Everything helps. There's no
and
doubt there.
if you can get to it, I mean, if it's still exposed,
it's not.
Yeah, and so you can blow in the plastic. It's going to maybe seal it up, you know, 50% from what it was. It is going to help, but the cost versus.
Oh, I found another one that said this. If you found this,
plus the heat stays in the house.
I boosted
no matter
it.
what.
I got a question. You guys do the retro phone,
direct
right?
connection for consumer
and
health
so
of all
if you
kinds.
seal, especially with
Don't get jerked around. If someone lied to you, ripped you off,
yeah.
cheated you, get help now, free of charge, no obligation.
Yeah.
It's just a simple stuff. I'm Tom Martino here for you, fighting for you each and every day. Please tell people about it, okay? And you can find us on YouTube, you can find us on Facebook, and you can find us right here on the radio on 630 KHOW in Denver, and we have affiliates around, and you can find that at referralist.com as well as the iHeartRadio app. Vanessa, what the heck's going on with your Hummer?
Okay. I was in a car accident. It got towed to the mechanic that's worked on it before.
How bad was the accident?
Not bad. Okay. No, this is the deal. I got charged. They said that it was my fault.
Okay.
But and I got the ticket and I was taken by ambulance to the hospital, and the other people were okay.
Uh-huh.
And so when I got to court, the detective that had looked at the accident or whatever, she had put in there that she didn't think that I should have got the ticket or something. So anyway, it was dismissed. They didn't.
And
charge
how
me
long
with
ago was this accident?
April maybe last year.
Okay, April of 9. And may I ask, what about that 8th Street? Do you like the Hummer in general?
Oh, it's gone.
No, I mean, do you like it in general? Did you like it as a vehicle?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What happened? What happened? You say it's gone. Tell us your story.
Okay, so it got towed to my mechanic, and he gave me an estimate.
And who is the mechanic?
Oh my gosh, I knew you were going to ask me.
And by the way,
gosh,
does this mechanic or this shop do body work too? Is that why you had it towed there?
No, they do not do. No, they did not do body work.
So what were you going to have done there?
They were assessing the internal stuff.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Damage.
So as a result, what happened?
He said, you can go either way. You can get it fixed or not get it fixed. He said, the mechanic told me, he goes, if it was my car, I would not get it fixed.
In other words, the damage, he's saying the damage is not that bad. Is that right?
And the other stuff, the internal stuff was bad too. And he didn't think it was worth me putting money into it and this and that, whatever. So
what year is this?
07.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So anyway, he'd worked on it before and stuff. So, and I like him.
So where do we stand now, dear? Where do we stand? What can we do to help you?
I want to know why I called his insurance company.
Well, first of all, you didn't tell me what happened. You said it was gone. I'm assuming, yes. What happened? Was it stolen from there?
Yes.
Okay, where was it? In his yard or in his garage?
No. When he'd always put it in his garage, but he took it out of the garage because my adjuster with Progressive Insurance was going to go look at it. So Progressive went and looked at it.
Did he leave it unlocked?
I don't know.
All right. What is he saying? Is he saying he left it open or what?
He's not saying anything because what happened is we went that night after my insurance company said, okay, this is if you total it out, the amount you're getting. This is if you get it fixed, what you're getting. And I said, okay, I think
How much did they say it was worth in its current condition?
$8,000 some dollars.
So if you totaled it, you'd get $8,000.
Yes. If I got it fixed, I would have got $7 something.
Okay, fine. I want to say something. Let's just speed this up. It was stolen out of this guy's yard. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you how it is because we've handled hundreds of these over the years. And if that shop did something stupid to contribute to the theft or negligent, then they would be complicit in the liability. However, if it was stolen and it's just stolen, then your insurance would take care of it, just like anything. It's not their fault. Crimes are not people's fault except the criminal. And they're a victim of criminals like you are. So are you saying, I want to cut to the chase, are you saying these people owe you for the car or what? What is your stand right now?
No. My stand is I think that they are liable for the stuff that I had in my car. And I called my insurance company.
Wait, hold on now. Why would they be liable for stuff like what? Tell me what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm talking about a set of barn doors and the fixings. I'm talking
barn doors fit. Wait, you fit barn doors? Real barn doors or miniature or what?
Both, but these were about 5 to 6 foot tall.
They were okay, so you had your seats down and you had some doors in there?
Yes, yes. And
that complicates things, Vanessa, because you're not, oh, God, they're not going to be responsible for contents it's the same thing. It's a theft. Would your homeowners cover part of that? Off-premises coverage?
Because I don't have homeowners.
Ah. So why do you think they're responsible for contents you left in your car?
Well, because I had said to him, I said, you're going to keep it in the garage, right? And he goes, yes, we always do. So, okay. I go, oh, okay. Just left it like that, you know?
So
okay.
you're saying he created a bailment. He created a bailment, but he didn't charge for that protection of your property. I'm getting technical here, Vanessa, because really it's not going to be as easy and clear-cut as you think. We all think the same way. If we leave stuff in the car and the car's stolen, the thief is responsible. But now there's another level. It wasn't at your home. It was at your garage, so the garage is responsible. But I'm not sure they are. Mark, what would liability do in an auto repair shop? You had one.
Yeah, it depends if you were actually at fault for it. So if I left the keys in a vehicle, for example, out front with the window down.
But she's not even asking for the vehicle. She's asking for contents.
Man, it'd be
Isn't that right, Vanessa? You're going to go to your insurance for the actual for the actual item, right?
Yes, but here's the situation. I'd already talked to him, and they told me you don't have homeowners insurance, so that's what that's covered under. The contents of the car is covered under homeowners. You don't have homeowners.
Or if they stole it or did something wrong. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you connect the dots. You want to make the mechanic responsible, so you have someone to collect from. Let's just say it like it is. So you have to figure out why they're responsible. On the surface, it doesn't seem they are. But now you're trying to create a scenario. And by the way, when I say this, it's not accusing you of anything. I'm just stating the facts. You're trying to create a scenario where he had a bailment with you. He had an agreement to keep it safe. You said, well, you're going to keep this inside. And he says, oh, yeah, for sure, I'm keeping it inside. But you said he left it out for your adjuster to look at it, and you knew he was doing that. You could have said, well, wait a minute. Please take...
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
So you would not have approved him leaving it out for the adjuster?
No, I would have said, don't leave it out. Or if you're going to take, I would have said, yeah, you can pull it out for him to look at.
You know, if his insurance isn't covering, if the garage keepers isn't covering the actual vehicle, I have no idea why it would cover the contents. It doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Because here's why it makes sense to her, though, and I'm just trying to state it like she's thinking. I already got paid for the vehicle. That's not my problem. I need to get paid for my stuff. And my stuff would not have been taken if the vehicle wasn't taken. But what Mark is saying is accurate. If he's not responsible for the truck being stolen, why would he ever be responsible for the items inside it? He did not cause that to be stolen. By the way, they never recovered it, I take it?
This is crazy. They did recover it. It went to the tow yard, and then I went to go pick it up, and they told me it's already been picked up. I said, what are you talking about?
Who picked it up?
Oh, somebody. They wouldn't tell me, so they told the police department because I called the police.
Well, hold on. Just this is getting weirder. Did they ever find it?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
And you don't know who took it?
Probably the insurance company.
Well, where is it right now? Where is it right now?
At Aurora Impound.
Okay, so they did find it, but the doors were not in there.
No, everything was gone. The whole truck. But Tom, just give me 1 minute.
I will. I'll give you more than that, but I have to take a break.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Sponsored by Publishers Clearinghouse.
Garage is full. I wanted to just I owed him one from in-house.
Vasquez worded it's a T-bone accident, so if you can't avoid the area, I think that's causing the delays in the conversation. Both directions by 270, solid stop.
That sounds really good right now.
This is a crazy story.
That's pretty wild.
But you don't think he's responsible?
No, he's not responsible. Someone comes and someone parks out front of my thing and they rob, then I'm responsible for it?
I use the example of Walmart every time. So I park at Walmart. They're responsible for my car while I'm shopping? I don't think so.
With your impact
Yeah, but he said he was going to keep it inside.
How about a valet then? Valet parks it, you get sold.
$5,000 a week forever from
Is it the valet's fault? They had the key.
Well, if they left the key in, they could be.
No, that's true. If they left the key in.
Or, you know, high crime
You're
area.
generally not responsible for the bad guy.
Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. That's his website. He's having a home buying seminar. Go on his website to find out more. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. He'll go over strategies for shopping, negotiating, and looking for homes. And Frank does something else. He holds your hand through every single part of a real estate transaction, whether you are selling your home or buying one. He also does a free market analysis. Let's say you're not sure you're going to sell, but you want to know truly what will that house sell for. Frank doesn't, you don't have to spend money on a big appraisal for that. Frank can give you a pretty good idea because he sells more homes in a month than most real estate people do all year. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. His number is 303-920-1622. 303-920-1622. Again, whether you're on the buying side or the selling side, he'll never hold you to a long-term contract because he wants to earn your business every day. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
Have you ever dreamed of seeing your little one dance and cheer in front of 72,000
You want to have him out?
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything?
Do you have to go? Well, he has to run.
Yeah, I got a doctor's appointment.
All right, man. I appreciate you
It was
stopping
good meeting
in.
you, man. No, it's really good meeting you guys. Thank you very much.
You had a good time?
I hope that you learned something about your site.
I learned a lot.
Good.
Yeah, they really are good. She's very passionate.
Yeah, so I can't wait to speak with her.
Good,
So,
good. And let me know what they tell you.
I will. I'll pass it on.
Thanks.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Have a good day, bro.
Good seeing you.
Pleasure.
Buddy, it's a home show. Do you give away swag?
No.
You don't, huh?
No.
If you
Thanks,
still
Tom.
come by there? I always wondered and stuff, about that.
Doesn't work. Just like giving away a free gift doesn't work. You know, like sign up to win a free.
Hold on. The dumbest thing in the world. I did the spot, and they came back and said, would you tell them they get an extra 10% if they come to the home show? I said, you're discouraging them from calling you right now, and now you're going to subject them to all your competition.
Right.
On the way
That's
to
a
your
good
booth.
point. That's a great.
On the way to your booth.
I would never. Yeah.
I
you're
mean,
right.
that is like, are you kidding me?
When I first
if they're
got
there,
into-
fine. But don't make them go there. That's not the idea. The idea is to make the home show people make those people go there.
Right. Right.
You're spending money for them.
Right. Unless they're giving you money to help pay for their show.
Right.
You know, I'm going to the show, but I used to go and give away a picnic table when I built decks.
Oh, are you kidding?
So I'd have a sign-up sheet, and I'd get 5,000 people sign up for the picnic table. And I have no idea who needed a deck. And people's like, oh, you should give away a free this or free that. It's like, no, you don't want to do that.
That's right.
Why would you give away a free floor? Everybody that wants a free floor, sign up.
Here's what you do. A free picnic table for your deck if we do it.
Do a floor of
Yeah.
$20.
Right.
Sign up for it.
Sign up
And
for
if
it.
you decide, you don't have to, but if you do, if you're one of the ones that get a deck, you get the table.
Yeah, everybody. Right. Yeah. That would have been. But you know, I went to the show one time. I young. Had that. I got all these leads. I was so excited. And you'd
None
call,
of them
no,
wanted
did I win? No. And you get just discouraged calling. Finally, yeah, I do want an estimate on a deck. You get like 1 out of 100, and you have 5,000 to go through. So I started going and just say, sign up for a free estimate. And I get 40 estimates, but all of them signed up and
actually
wanted
estimates, yeah.
an appointment. But 40 out of 5,000. You know, I did that like once, and it was like never again.
Who do you think will be the Democratic candidate, really?
I think it'll be Bloomberg.
Do you really?
Yeah.
He comes out of nowhere and you think he'll get it?
He's a billion. He's got $50 billion. He's going to dump $1 billion in
He's
his
gonna dump
advertising.
more than $1 billion.
He's going to dump $1 billion in his own
He's
campaign.
already got $500 million, and he hasn't even hit a fucking state he's eligible for.
Well, he's the Super Tuesday guy.
Ross is talking about that. He'll probably end up spending more than what.
Oh my
Trump's
God!
worth.
You couldn't have more
He could
diametrically opposed him.
I know,
or
that's
Bernie.
the funniest part about it. Will Bernie's people actually vote
Oh,
for him?
I think there'll be riots in the street.
Fucking a
Tested,
billionaire.
Bernie's
A billionaire. Then you run all of Bernie's ads about billionaires against him.
Right. Exactly. and Warren's,
I mean, you know,
Bernie
like
and
the
Warren's
Republicans.
ads. Yeah.
Right.
Not only that, apparently Bloomberg really sucks in any form of debate. I mean, like, really bad.
He's not very personable.
What's his name gonna be? Little Mikey?
That's what they call him.
No.
Yeah, that's what they call him.
He's tiny. He wanted to stay
Tiny
in the
Mike.
box.
Maybe it's Tiny Mike. It's Little Mikey.
Pull up my number for me.
It really works. I apply it as soon as I have it. Personnel also protects against certain triggers caused by the sun's cold. And SPF 30 protection.
I use it in the winter and in the summer to help protect against flare-ups from sun damage.
Brute the master.
Works when you have a cold sore. Works when you don't.
He can do all those remember those legs.
Check this out. I just got this email. It says, thank you for suggesting Master Rooter. I got quoted $18,000 on a sewer line replacement.
Oh, my God.
They came in and they did it for less
That
than
was good.
11 grand. They saved almost, what is that, 40-50%. They're amazing. They have 24/7 emergency service. On top of that, they have great discounts for military, senior citizens, and single income families. Write this number down. If you have a house or a condo or a townhome, at some point you're going to need a plumber. You want one you can trust, and you want one that's got good pricing. 720-434-3406, 720-434-3406, or check them out at referralist.com.
But you think they'll bring up all those, remember those life commercials? Let Mikey eat it?
Yeah.
They'll bring up a little, because I think that's what they called them.
Boy, that was a great ad campaign back in the day.
Yeah.
Mikey.
Mikey
Mikey
likes
it.
Yeah.
Mikey.
Do your kids eat cereal? Does
Yeah.
anybody
Now
eat
and then.
cereal
Now and
anymore?
then, yeah.
Do you?
No. I don't eat breakfast.
No. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. What are we going to do? Vanessa wants her barn doors. And they were in the car. I just don't think we can do this. She ought to try small claims court. But what is her argument going to be? He did not keep my vehicle safe. That's what it'll be. And who knows? Vanessa, you may want. What were they worth, these doors?
Oh gosh, maybe 1,500.
Oh, so they weren't. It wasn't like just really cheap. 1,500's worth going after in small claims court. Did he offer you anything?
No.
Okay,
No.
when you say you promised to keep it safe, what's the answer?
He said we did, and we brought it out for. Well, anyway, I'll just answer your question. We brought it out. Your guy looked at it, and he goes, "Are you sure Progressive didn't tow it?" And I said, "No." I said, "I don't know." So then I called them, and they said no. But we went to the Progressive lot, and we waited about an hour, and everybody was running around trying to find it and everything, and they said no. So then I called back the mechanic, and he said, "Well, you're going to need to make a police report that it got stolen." I said, "What?" So anyway, I made the police report, da-da-da-da. They found it about 3-4 weeks later, went to go pick it up. Somebody had already picked it up, which is so weird to me.
That is weird.
The lady at the tow yard said in Colorado, because it was free and clear. I took the title, my driver's license, and the keys. She said, all you need to do is show the keys and have the car start and an ID, and you can drive off. I go, with anybody's car? And she said, basically. So I said, well, I need to know who took it. And she said, I can't tell you. You need to call the authority. So I called the guy that did my report and stuff, and he had somebody come out. And the guy was mad. He said, this is ridiculous. So then he found out who it was. He found out what address. He wouldn't tell me because he said this.
Did you ever find out?
No.
Well, then what's the point of the story?
I know. She never found out.
It's crazy. I thought she was going to say the insurance company or something.
No. And so he said, I'm not going to tell you, and I'm not going to tell you where it is because it's a really shady place, and I don't want you getting shot or hurt just to pick up your car. I said,
a cop told you this?
Yes. Adams County. So then it gets crazy. I mean, you guys need to buckle up for this. So then I just was like going through the motions, got the check from the insurance company, went and bought a new vehicle, blah, blah, blah,
and
more payments, blah, and no. And
try to speed up the story a little. You're giving us details we don't need.
Okay, so then the police department called me and said, we found your vehicle. I said, you did? And he said, yes. We found it on the street abandoned. This was like 2-3 months later. And he goes, it's got towed to Aurora.
You're telling
Aurora
us,
found it.
I mean, this sounds like a repeat of the story. Vanessa, you're really not going anywhere with your story. I mean, we know that it was found later abandoned. I don't know what's new. She said, give me a minute. I gave her 5, and we learned nothing.
You hear a lot of celebrity endorsements.
So my question, I'm going to say this. I'm going to
Tell you. I gave her 5 minutes. Tell her to tell you.
Devil's advocate. How does she know that the person that originally stole the barn doors? Because when they found it and she went to go pick it up, the barn doors still could have been in there, and then it was out of his control because it had already been stolen. It could have been stolen last week, right before she picked it up.
Yeah, but you're missing the end of the story.
Which is
what? I don't know.
There isn't.
But we're
There
missing
isn't.
the end of the story.
I think it just goes keeps on going around.
Did she have anything to say?
She's missing her barn
There
doors.
was no story.
So there's no ending?
It's a
What?
circular firing squad.
What? She hung up?
I can't hear what she said.
These fucking people, I mean, Jesus, give us some end to it. And then they always say, you didn't give me a chance.
And then you know what happened, Tom? The damn neighbor's dog started barking.
Yeah.
You'll never believe it. Now hold on to your hat.
It wouldn't quit.
Hold on to your
She
hat.
kept sounding like she had something new to
I
add.
thought they were going to say like a dead body was found in it or something.
That's what I want
You
to
need
hear.
more than that. The keys to...
Yeah, I thought
get
you'd
it.
have a title.
I gotta look this up.
What?
She says all you need is the keys
For
to
what?
get a car out of the impound?
No.
That's what she said.
The White House and the revised sentencing guidelines for Roger Stone.
The president's not interference.
We need to call
because
him
if
from,
you listen to the Department of Justice, they made the decision before the tweet ever went out.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi wants Congress to look into the matter. A recent evacuee from China, now quarantined at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio. He's the nation's 15th confirmed.
I tell you that, cops gotta be
Former Vice President Biden on ABC's The View this morning.
Yeah.
And you said Iowa, you took a gut
You're
punch,
good.
and Tuesday you placed fifth in New Hampshire. I don't know that matters. But do you still believe that you are the person to beat Trump?
I believe I'm going to beat Trump.
Was Clint up to...
He had to go plow. They got 6 inches of snow out east.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy
6 freaking inches of snow. DIA got 5.5 inches.
We just got a dust.
I know, it was crazy.
That is crazy. So anyway, so he won't be back.
Yeah, he's off all next week. I'm filling in for him on Tuesday, Thursday.
Do you have his email?
No, I don't. I wish I did.
There's this one people, he talked to him, and now they wanted his information. He wants to call them directly. I don't want to give him Clint's phone number.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, email would be better.
3 California high school students are filing a lawsuit against Delta Airlines after one of its planes dumped jet fuel over their campus and other suburbs of LA County. The lawsuit is the second one filed against the airline since
The thing about it is they're going to have to prove damages and stuff.
They are. They're going to prove what happened.
Alleging they suffered skin irritation, nausea, and emotional distress. ABC News.
You got to throw in that emotional distress, Dano. You can't have just an example of problems. Got to have PTSD over this shit now. Every time you see an airplane, you're freaked out. Yeah, won't be able to go to schoolyard ever again. Got PTSD.
Zoom built this for you. Exceptional audio quality, reliable service, one easy app. Sign up for Zoom Phone online at Zoom.com and meet happy with Zoom.
You guys are pretty busy, huh, buddy?
Yeah, we're so busy, it's crazy.
Carpet, flooring, LED?
All of it. Yeah. So in 2018, in December of 2018, my company set a goal of hitting $400,000 in sales in 1 month in 2019. And we hit that in April, and then we hit like over 3 or 4 times, right? But our January is normally our slowest month, like of the year. January, sometimes February, it's the slowest month. We hit 420 this January.
January.
You think it's because of the housing market? People are getting ready to sell their houses? Or?
I think it's a lot of people are doing a lot of remodeling, and I think people
got money.
I'm going to say this. I think a lot of people are getting like their shit done before the election. I have a feeling October this year is going to be horrible.
Really?
Yeah. You know how everybody gets so worked up over an election and they don't do anything for a month? I think October is going to be slow this year. And usually October is really good for us.
I tell you what, it's going to, for you say the Bloomberg and stuff on that's going to piss a lot of people off.
You know how Mike, I am getting so many ads for him on Facebook and what, and right? Even though, I have no idea why. Mike's things, Mike gets it done. Let me tell you what the it is. That's one of his commercials, right? I would do the exact same thing. Let me tell you what the it is. I'm going to confiscate everybody's gun. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do all the things. That's, a lot of people would be like, oh, okay, that's going to help him for that base. But there's so many people. In New York City, he confiscated all guns. Do you know if you go to New York City right now and you land in LaGuardia and you're just stopping through and they unload your gun and you have to recheck it, you can be arrested for a felony by just having the gun in New York City because it's not registered or whatever. So say you're going hunting and you're taking a gun with you, and the plane unloads it and you have to recheck it. You could be arrested for a felony.
I think that alone's going to. You're right. It appeals to the base, but it turns independent.
I don't know what base it appeals to. That's a
I don't either. I don't think so either.
It doesn't matter. The base doesn't like billionaires. Fuck guns.
Yeah,
white guys buying the election is everything they don't stand for.
That's what I'm saying. That's why the Bernie people. That's really the anti kind of violent people. They already said some of the people
like a niece
if they think they got screwed, there's going to be trouble.
Well, they're going to get screwed. They got screwed against Clinton.
Oh, but he looks out
majorly screwed against Clinton. But I don't know that
the establishment's got it out for Bernie because they know he can't win. Or at least, you know what? No one thought except for me that Trump could fucking win.
Oh, I did. I called
that. It was going to be a landslide.
I called that he would win because I say this. It was the whole. It was the whole anti-white movement of the last election, and when they said white privilege, and I did the math. There's 300 million people in America. 80% of them are white, 70% of them are white, and 30% of those are in poverty. There's more poor white people in America than there are black people.
But not per capita.
Right.
That'll always be the argument.
Well, but when you tell someone that's broke, because I've been broke, you're privileged, they're like, what?
Well, in this election coming up now,
I agree, 100%.
This one coming up now is different because all those people are doing better. Now you're going to have to convince them they're not doing better, they're doing worse.
Right.
Hi, Tom Martino here, solving problems, answering questions.
Taking complaints and making your life a little easier by making referrals. So welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere. And I want to tell you about a very valuable service for anyone who has a computer, a phone, a tablet, one or more. Small businesses, families, large businesses. It's called SaferNet. I have it for all my devices. I didn't download them on all yet, but it's a simple app. Once you install the app, all your web traffic goes through this encrypted filter, so no one can rip off your information ever again. And you can never get malware. You don't even need virus on your computer. You can't get viruses. You can't get malware. You can't get ransomware. You know these hospitals and village and towns and stuff ripped off for 50 grand, 100 grand? This would prevent it. It's that simple. And guess what it costs? The most you're going to pay is about $3.99 per device. That's the most. But you pay less than that the more you have. So there you go. SaferNet.com. I can think of no more logical service. It's a virtual private network filter that encrypts all your information. You know how you're worried about sending account numbers and all that and doing your banking? Protects you. Malware protects you. You want to limit where your kids surf? Protects you. You want to filter out things? It protects you. SaferNet.com. James, you want to talk about a car warranty? Let's talk.
Okay, so I know how much you like extended car warranties.
Now listen, I do not like them in general. If I must buy one, it would be only after the regular one expires and only from a manufacturer.
Yes. So I got this letter. That's actually the second letter from Endurance that I've gotten. So I decided I would call them on this second one. And they tried to claim that they are the underwriters for the factory warranty. So basically, I just wanted to get the information out there.
What do you mean? How do they claim that?
I think there's. Well, I called them and they said that we need to put your.
I know what they say.
Effect.
Oh, James, we have to make sure your warranty doesn't lapse.
Right, exactly. And the car that they're trying to get it on is a 2019 that we bought in September.
Now, was this a new or used car?
It was a new car.
And they're saying that this one, it costs how much?
Well, they didn't give a price or anything. I didn't let them get that far.
Okay.
But I told them.
I don't know if it's a scam. It's just another one of the many warranties.
Right. So they wanted to give me an 8-year, 100,000-mile extended warranty on it.
8 year.
8 year. It's a Hyundai, so it's already got probably one of the better warranties out there.
Yeah, and I never heard of a Hyundai. Never heard of that before.
Hyundai.
I'm just kidding. Hyundai. This is, look, I talked to a Korean guy. What do I know? And he said it's Sunday with an H. Hyundai. That's what he told me.
Hyundai.
Mark knows better. Hyundai.
I've been told
Mark
that,
puts
too.
like 16 syllables on it.
And it's Porsche, not Porsche.
Now, that's debatable. Porsche and Porsche.
I actually was with the VP of Porsche, and he said it is Porsche.
Prove it. I never heard that before. And what about an Audi or an Audi?
Audi.
No, it isn't. Isn't? No. Or
Audi.
How about a Saab or a Saab?
Saab.
How about a Boo or BMW?
How about a Peugeot?
It could be a Boo. Listen. James, thank you, though. Seriously, it's always good to let people know on warranties. First and foremost, if you have a warranty, don't get one that runs concurrent. It's useless. So never buy one along with your regular one. If you must buy one, do it after, and do it only from a very dependable underwriter. And now I would go with a factory.
I wouldn't buy one.
Do they offer? No, I wouldn't either. But if I had to, I said, if they had to, do it after the regular warranty and only with an underwriter that you trust.
The part that people listening right now still don't get, no matter, even though you just said it,
is what?
You go buy a new car right now, and they sell you an additional 5-year warranty. That runs concurrent with the factory warranty.
I know.
It's not a 5-year warranty,
right.
Morons.
Right. If you have a 3-year warranty from the factory, and you buy a 5-year warranty, you're really only getting 2 more years. Unless you go over in mileage, you're not getting that either. So it's useless. I love trying to talk to a salesperson and ask this question. Why do I need an extended warranty if the factory warranty covers me? Well, what about afterwards? I said, okay, I'll buy one after. Well, you can't buy. Oh, yeah, you can. But here's my question. Name me one thing that the extended warranty covers during the initial warranty period that the factory warranty doesn't cover.
Nothing.
303-713-TALK.
It is remarkable how every dealer out there, good, bad, or indifferent,
I know,
they all try to peddle those goods, and they're useless at the beginning.
Big money.
Yeah, it is big money.
It's their profit center.
So we're talking about pronouncing cars. There's some you just know, right?
Ford.
Yeah, Chevy.
Actually, it's Chevrolet.
Chevrolet. It could be Chevrolet, if you want to go by how it's spelled, or Porsche, or Porsche, or, like I said, Audi or Audi. Audi sounds stupid. I think it's Audi, right? Peugeot or
Puget.
Does it have a T on it, Peugeot? And then BMW, or boom. You go with the BMW with no valves. We have time for calls at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Buddy, listen to this. A bunch of consumers were complaining about matting and crushing and foot traffic causing the yarn to look crappy in heavy traffic areas. They had ugly, disgusting matting, discoloration, and guess what the manufacturer said? That's not wear. That's not premature wear. That is what you call an appearance problem. The actual fabric did not wear out. It matted, but it did not wear out. And in the warranty, it's wearing out the wear, excessive or premature wear during the warranty period that's covered, not the sight, not visually. What about that? You're in the floor business. Have you come across that?
No, but I believe it. I tell people, if you buy carpet based on the warranty, you're crazy. Because warranties are written by lawyers of billion-dollar companies to get them out of taking care of anything.
Matting and crushing are two common carpet failures, yet neither of them are under warranty. Wear is under warranty during the warranty period we're talking about. And here's what's weird. They say almost every carpet will get butt ugly before it wears out, and you'll get rid of it before it wears out. Think about that. Technically, that's correct.
Right. Some of the things, like on a wear warranty, they take an actuary and they calculate how much of the floor that you actually walk on.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so the stuff under your couch or wherever.
Right.
You don't walk on it, so it never wears. So they come in and they say, okay, and they figured it out that like 14%, you only walk on 14% of your carpet.
Okay.
So they say more than 20% of your carpet has to wear out.
Oh.
So so the parts that you never walk on never wears out.
This article says that too. It says, first of all, you're never going to get to the wear warranty because the carpet will be so ugly, you're going to replace it first before it wears out. And when it does wear out, they will never cover they usually never cover it because you're right. They will not cover more. They will only cover if more than the foot traffic area is worn.
Well, that's all hard surface. Like Cortec comes out and says it's scratch proof. It doesn't mean scratch proof. Actually, LVT scratches easier than laminate by a lot.
What?
Oh yeah, it's vinyl. It's vinyl. LVT stands for luxury vinyl tile or luxury vinyl.
Yeah, but the stuff that I've seen was pretty hard.
Oh, it's very hard. It's 4 times more scratch resistant than wood, but it's not as scratch resistant as laminate.
So, can you take scratches out of an LVT?
No.
So once it's scratched, it's scratched,
just like wood. The only way you can get it out of wood is sand it out.
But you can never get it out of LVT.
Right. It's easy to scratch. It's vinyl. It's like linoleum. It's just a super duper linoleum. It's like a lot harder than linoleum, but it's easy to scratch. If you want the least scratch resistant floor, it's ceramic tile. Of course. The second is laminate. But laminate had the big problem of getting wet. So when you mopped your laminate floor, you'd get little bubbles in the finish. Well, they fixed that. I think laminate is going to come back.
I don't know, buddy. I've seen some luxury vinyl tile with a texture on it like a wood. That was very resilient. Very.
It is resilient, but that doesn't mean...
you'd have to pretty much gouge it to scratch it.
No, if you take a big piece of furniture like a flat and you put a rock under it and you slide that, that rock will scratch the floor. And it's abuse, but you can scratch it. We have people call us all the time, my floor scratched. It's like, well, everything scratches.
Hey, Bob, we'll address this Ripple thing, okay? He sees this a lot. In fact, they can fix it, too. Did you know that, Bob?
Well, I figured that they could stretch
in most cases. Hold on, though. We'll come right back to you.
Weekdays 2 to 4.
The Situation with Michael Brown. Democrat National Committee.
It's beautiful out right now. You better get going.
I'm going to talk to you.
It's coming back is what sucks.
I'm going to talk to you about this one.
What is it?
John Fuller, Fuller Law.
If you need help, and you do, when you're in an accident, you're going to hear from so many people about so many things. You're going to get calls from the opposing insurance company. Don't talk to them. Don't talk to anyone until you talk to John Fuller. Now, you may or may not end up with John, but it'll be the smartest first call you make. Not only is he honest and forthright, he's easy to talk to, like a friend. Get advice when you need it the most. Right after an accident of any kind, of motor vehicle, truck, SUV, motorcycle, bicycle. 303-597-4500, 597-4500, personalinjuryco.com.
Yes, there's no exclusivity.
Right, I understand that.
And then the answer is yes, they can use a logo.
Who is
No, I know this, but what's the...
What, is he causing trouble again, Mark?
Hey,
How are you? Good to see you, Deputy.
I meant to tell you this morning, but we all started talking. When I was coming into work, there was a John Fuller commercial, you and him, and John starts talking.
On TV?
No, on the
I know this.
I don't know what
on
they
my TV in my car. But it sounds like somebody talks over John.
Yeah, but this says I need to know
right
what
at the
the
beginning of
endorsement
it.
would be.
Okay, and you know, I'll have to look at those. You don't recall where you
Well,
heard
this
it?
says a
No, I heard it on Ross
If they're
Cummings'
doing
show.
with like
On
what
my way
Grant
in.
and
So like
Stephanie
between
do.
8:30 and 8:45.
Okay.
And then right after
As long
John
as that's all
Fuller,
they're
they have
talking
Denver
about.
Travelers.
Okay, then 1,400.
Just saying. Yeah.
They get the endorsement, then they gotta buy airtime.
Okay, so you get airtime's on top of that.
Yeah, so say 2,400 a month. And then two spots a week, 2,400 a month. But long as they gotta understand that, that's one thing you have to make clear, because that makes me nervous, Metro brokers.
Tell me what we're talking about.
Just we buy ugly houses, people.
We want to be on the referral list?
Yeah.
Visit our online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur. I started my first business in the basement of a factory over 30 years ago. We had no heat and no air conditioning. Instead of customers, our office visitors were rats, birds, flies, and snakes. Our office flooded often, and we used blankets as our office walls. We were broke and needed help. That's why I created Patriot Software, to help small business owners with simple payroll for 1 to 100 employees. And if you need help, we will help you for free. Go to PatriotSoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll processing free. That's PatriotSoftware.com.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
It may not be stomach issues.
For me, it's
It wouldn't seem strong enough for me to be, unless you get that many leads from it. I've seen little signs on stupid telephone poles, and that's all contrived. That's all part of it. Yeah. Huh.
Or EPI may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my
EPI.
pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating,
EPI.
stomach
There must be a
pain,
disease.
unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms just
Oily
don't go
stools.
away.
But EPI can
Hate oily stools.
They're slippery.
You slip right off them.
But to get to the right diagnosis,
Can't put your feet
you have
on
to
'em.
break it down for your doctor and get specific about the severity of your symptoms. Visit identifyepi.com to learn
Hey
more
Tom,
and use the symptom
finally got a hold of the guy with the transmission problem I'm working on.
Yes, it is.
You want to get him on the air?
Is that the $2,800 one?
Yeah, he's ready to get on the
Yeah,
air.
yeah, yeah. All right, we'll get this. I got the big board. Let me get it.
Which one? Which transmission is
The one that
Diane, the one that offered them $2,800, but they don't want their money. They want all their money and all this.
Stop by or find them online at StevensonChevrolet.com. Chevy, find new roads. Stock number L5320. Service security deposit. 45-cent mileage charge over 30,000 miles. 4,000 to assign. $13.89 per 1,000 financed. For well-qualified lessees and buyers. Must take delivery by March 2nd.
So what would you put in your house? Would you do laminate?
I just did wood.
You did wood.
I just did wood just a couple weeks ago.
Solid wood.
No, engineered, 9-inch wide 8 foot long.
Now, why'd you do
Engineered as a laminate, right?
No, it's engineered wood. It's
Well,
it's a piece of plywood with a I put a really good one in with a 1/4-inch piece of real
well,
wood
I
on
call
top.
that veneer because it's a 1/4 inch on top. I mean,
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the paper veneer.
That's laminate. Laminate is paper veneer.
And that's hardy floor?
That's that's the hardest floor you can buy.
Oh, come on! No shit.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
It is. It's an AC4 rating, and LVT would be like an AC2.
So you mean that stuff that's a picture of a floor
is? You should see some of it. You should see some of the new
It's
stuff
nice.
we've got. It's great. And now they've made it waterproof on top, a topical waterproof floor, and you can steam mop it. It's crazy. Mohawk come out with a product called Revwood, and what they did is they took the paper, and the paper used to end where the two boards came together, so when water got into that paper, it would bubble. So they took it and they wrapped it around, so when it snaps together, it's now waterproof. And so what they do is they take Cortec and they put it on top, they put water on it in a pool.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Bob's got a question for Buddy. What's going on with your carpet, Bob? Bob?
Yes, sir.
What's going on with your carpet?
It's got a wrinkle in it, like it needs to be. It just needs to be stretched.
Is it more than one ripple?
Well, yeah. I mean, not in the. No, because I watched how they laid it. Okay, and so I've got two different places that I've got ripples. But what I really want to know, because I called the company, or my wife did, and is there a law that says you can't that you have to bring back the same installer from a company?
What do you mean by that? A law? Why would there be a law?
That's what the owner told her.
What owner?
The owner of this other company
said that there is a law that you have to send the same installer to your house.
Yes.
Like a state law.
Well, she didn't exactly say. I think Sherry hung up on her before.
Okay.
I would say it's
She
probably
actually
the
got
right
to
to
it.
remedy.
Well,
but I wouldn't do that if you requested us to put in a different installer. A lot of times what a company like mine does is we send the original installer
and
out
there's
there.
no right to remedy, by the way. That's just made up. But I mean, what I mean by that is a principle that a judge might say, give the guy a chance, but you don't. But even in that case, if Buddy was given the opportunity to fix something, even under those circumstances, he wouldn't have to send the same guy out.
No, but a lot of times a company like mine, we try to send the same guy out so we don't have to pay for it. If a guy goes out and screws it up,
you want him to make it right.
We want him to make it right, and if the guy doesn't, so if I have to send somebody else, I have to pay him.
Yeah, can you tell us, Bob, the circumstances that you're talking about, the actual circumstances?
Well, the actual circumstances was that we had the carpet laid last year in April.
Okay.
When we had snow.
All right.
Okay. First thing, they cut the carpet on the street. They laid down a tarp, but it was still snowing. And so the carpet came in probably not real wet, but...
Yeah, but that wouldn't make a giant deal unless it was soaked. And then what happened?
Okay, well, I see Buddy shaking his head, so I understand that he's...
Okay, so then they laid down the carpet, and what happened then?
Well, we were in a time strength because we had furniture outside.
Sure.
And we asked them to lay the carpet in the living room and dining room first, and they dinked around, and so we had to kiss our movers goodbye, and we had to bring them back the next day. But it's just this wrinkle, and I mean, I'll go.
And so, I want to know the situation as to where did this conversation happen with the same installer?
Well, it came with the owner of the company. We called our touch the sales lady, and she's no longer with the company, evidently. So the owner called us back, and the owner just flat said, "No, it's the law that you have to take the same installer back."
It's not a law.
Okay, so what's the name of this company?
No, I'm not gonna do that. you know.
That's what the show's all about. We talk about companies every day.
Well, I think it was Carpet Connection.
Okay.
Okay,
And so the guy, but here's what I want to know. What was his angle in doing this? Was it because he was saying it's her fault or his fault and we can't fix it until they fix it?
No, they wouldn't come out. I mean, they were just going to send the same installer out to look at it and fix it. We ask that they come out and somebody comes out and, I mean, if they have.
In other words, you lost your trust in this installer and you wanted someone else.
Right.
Now, any kind of moron would have said, okay, sir, we will do that we'll send someone else out. Why would they want to force you to take the same person back that you don't like?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was what Buddy said. They probably paid this person, and they wanted this person to make it right.
Did you
pay? That makes sense.
Did you pay them directly, or did you pay the installer directly, or did you pay the company for the install?
I paid the installer, I believe.
Right. See, Carpet Connections, there's several carpet companies out there that they only sell product, so then they relieve themselves of the installation part of it, and they have you pay the installer directly. So they're saying, well, it's not our fault. You should have that company. If you want us to come out, we have to pay somebody else out there. So so when you buy carpet from a company, and you have to be clear who is controlling the installation. Right. Are you hiring them directly, even if they recommended them, or are you doing it as a result of did you hire them directly, or did the company hire them?
Right, I believe the company.
If you paid the installer directly, you hired them.
Yeah, but in any case, did you ever get your problem fixed?
No,
It's easy to fix. It's probably, unless there's only 3 reasons why carpet wrinkles. The first is you have too thick a pad. The second is you put too much water on the carpet, meaning like when you had it cleaned, a lot of times people call us right after they have their carpets cleaned and they soak the carpet. And the third is the guy didn't power stretch it. And we could send a crew out there and within 30 minutes fix most little wrinkles. So it
so why don't you call a good company to have this done? Is this something you regularly do, buddy? Or
we try not to fix other people's problems.
Yeah, but here's what I wanted to say, though. Simply Floors is a good source. I had Zero Res do some, too. They will do just that. In other words, they'll clean and stretch. They actually have people that do that as part of their service.
And the warranty
Zero Res Denver, yeah.
And the warranty on your carpet is void if you don't clean your carpet once a year. So if it was installed April of last year and you have Zero Res come out and clean it and stretch it, it makes sure that your warranty stays on your carpet.
Have you seen carpet manufacturers challenge that? Say, hey, prove that you've cleaned your carpet?
Every day.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, that's the biggest reason they void the warranty on a carpet, because people just think about this. You get oil all over your carpet off of your feet, off of the cleaning products.
Yeah.
And then the carpet looks bad and they blame the manufacturer. And the manufacturer said, we haven't cleaned your carpet in 4 years.
So that's really interesting, folks, if you're listening. Now, we have an update on a transmission problem with Don's Garage and Service coming up.
This is Denver's.
That's not, she wrote Don Cruz.
Yeah, it's not Don's Garage Doors. It's Don's Garage Doors.
That is interesting. Every year and stuff that they.
Yeah, so carpet. You're talking about the wear of carpet. Right. Every time you step on a carpet, the carpet comes untwisted.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. Hot water extraction, hot steam closes the bloom.
So
when your carpet starts wearing out,
what's that, sir?
If you don't close the bloom,
before they come on the air.
If you don't close the bloom,
remember
then your
Diane
carpet's
took
going
their
to wear
car to another
What
transmission shop.
doesn't use hot water.
Yeah.
They said it was messed up. Took it to another transmission shop.
Then they don't.
They said it was messed up.
The manufacturer states that your carpet needs to be steam cleaned.
So we don't have a solution on this yet?
No, they want their money
what
back.
What does Zero Res put on it?
And Garrett offered them $2,800, but they want all their money back.
Well, that's steam.
But no, it's not steam.
Let them fight it out.
Hey,
okay.
Zero Res has to have water.
I got to fix it.
Water, but not steam.
Why?
Hot.
Zero Res doesn't use hot water, right?
Yeah, it's hot.
Oh, is it hot?
Oh, yeah.
But their own water.
Okay, it's the powered water. I didn't realize that they heated it.
It has to be heated.
Yeah, they heat it a lot.
Because what happens is the yarn has a memory to it.
But no one really uses steam. They all say steam, but they're not steam.
But it's just hot water.
It's super hot water. So yarn has a memory to it. So when you walk on it, it comes untwisted. The hot water
brings it back.
And that's why the wear warranties, the reason they don't go is people go 2-3 years. So nylon has a 97% memory to it. So in a year it blooms, which means the yarn's coming untwisted. Right. You hit it with really super hot water, it closes the bloom, right? And that's why the manufacturers say, well, you went 5 years without cleaning this.
It lost its memory.
It blooms. And then when it remembers, then when you finally clean it, it never comes back. But if you never let the flower bloom, the petals never fall off. Right. And that's their idea of having your carpets cleaned every year.
I've never heard that though before. That's what the.
Well, you'd have heard it if you bought carpet from me, because we tell every one of our customers that.
Gotcha.
We even sent a card to all of our.
There
customers.
you go, Dan.
Yeah.
What the hell? You buying carpet from freaking Federal?
He buys.
Go down to Federal and 6th and buy your carpet. That's what you get, right?
Geez,
yeah.
Am I right, buddy?
What's that Federal and 6th?
Well, there's a whole bunch right
whole
there.
bunch of just shit, cut rate, whatever you want, right there. You can get everything from counterfeit Bronco jerseys to counterfeit carpet, right there.
So all the car.
Yeah, all the car dealerships are on one side and all the merchandise crap is on the other.
I already know, and I wasn't going to say this out loud. Carpet Connection, the lady that owns that has a reputation of being like horribly mean to people.
Oh God,
like horrible.
I hate fucking people like that.
Well, it's her reputation is she just when she just goes off on people. You know, and it just cracks me up. The law states that he has to come do it.
Well, I can see. Well,
Okay, so what's Diane have to do with line 6?
Diane's got the car. It's her car that's messed up.
Oh, and he's the one that.
And he's the one that fixed it.
Oh, never mind. Got it.
Yeah, Diane and Garrett.
No, she probably said that.
I've tried to get these people to take their car to Kimmer. It won't drive over 15 miles an hour, and they can't tow it because they have no money.
Right.
So I mean,
it's not me, because she doesn't want to say. The whole reason they do it is so they don't have to.
I see.
They don't want to have to take care of a warranty.
Right. No, I can.
So they just say, "We sold you product. That's an install thing. Call the installer."
Right.
But they don't want to lose the referral business from it. Carpet Direct, Carpet Connections. There's several companies in town that they don't take.
That's right.
Federal
Avenue
Liquidators
Carpet
just started installing floor and decor. None of them install product. That way they get out. That way they get out of all the warranty of the install.
Gotcha.
And that's what makes us a little bit different.
Oh, mud on.
No, I learned that. That's good.
Dwayne was a good guy, man.
Yeah, he was.
This guy right here?
Yeah.
I said Dwayne's a good guy, and you said he was. I think he still is.
That's right.
I don't think he changed that much since he left.
When he walked out the door, he just his good guy thing just left.
Yeah, he went to hell in a handbag.
Are those snacks getting better, Tom?
Why isn't this? Why is that's going to be the down? That's my downfall, man. Because if it's there, I'm going to like cheat.
That really surprised me. Laminate is the hardest that there is.
I know, that's crazy, huh?
And just that, I know they have.
Man, I'll tell you, the LVT I've seen, I love it.
Well, no, it's texture.
When he's talking about you can scratch it easy, it's not that easy. You have to have a sharp thing.
Of course, but what he's saying, it's.
Let me say this. I have carpet displays on laminate, right? They weigh 900 pounds with all the carpet on them. And I slide them across the floor, nothing happens. I had a 75-pound light aluminum display. I slid it across my LVT, sliced it like a knife. It had a little bitty sharp burr on it, and so you cut LVT with a knife.
All right, let's talk. Dirt is the #1 killer of furnaces. We were talking about how it hurts carpeting. It hurts furnaces. No, seriously. If you don't have it cleaned yearly, you will do yourself some damages. Now, you don't have to have it heavily cleaned, but
Fix-It does it heavily. They do a complete refurbishment. If you haven't had it done before, they have a special right now that's even a special on their special. Their special's usually just $39, which is an unbelievable deal since they do that. They take like a couple hours, and other places charge $300 and $400 for this. They're lowering the price today for 10 new customers, 10 only, to $30. This is an incredible deal that you will be, I'll tell you this, you're going to email me saying, I can't believe the extent they went to. Removing the blower motor and the burners and adjusting them and cleaning everything. That is right. $30. FixMyHome.com, only for 10 people, 720-526-3939. $30, that's less than you pay for Starbucks in a week. 720-526-3939.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
There's something that they can...
Oh, yeah.
Is that how, I mean...
Yeah, no, that's not why they do it. I'll tell you why. It works. Hi, Tom Martino here,
303-713-TALK. Okay, we had Deputy Slim take this a while ago, and it really came down to this. There was a transmission job done. Deputy Slim, from what you found, there was nothing. Was there anything intentionally done wrong? Where does it stand from what you could see?
I don't know that anything was intentionally done wrong. Diane and John have taken the vehicle to two different independent service
Now, wait. Diane and John are the ones who own the car.
Yes, sir.
And what did they find at our experts? We sent them to experts we know.
Right.
What did they say?
Without diagnosing it, pulling it apart.
They didn't pull it apart.
They didn't pull it apart. The only thing they could see that might have been done wrong was the wrong silicone was used on the bell housing. Possibly other than anabolic silicone.
But they don't know what happened on the inside.
They don't know.
But she claims she was charged $4,400, and she thinks basically it's not a good job. Is that it in a nutshell?
That's exactly it in a nutshell.
And Diane, that's it in a nutshell, right? It is working. Am I to believe it's still working, right?
We were told by the other shops not to drive it.
Oh, by the other shop not to drive it? Why?
Yeah, the two other shops that looked at it because something isn't engaging, and I'm going to put my husband John on now.
Go ahead.
The torque converter is not engaging.
We were told by the first shop we went to that the torque converter was not locking.
Okay.
And then there was
so here was our big question, and there's going to be no way to know until you tear this open. And that is, did you get any value from this? Garrett over at Don's Garage and Service believes you have. He doesn't think it's worth nothing, and he's willing to make an adjustment. Garrett, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir.
Garrett, can I ask you a question? I appreciate you coming on.
Sure.
Do you acknowledge anything's wrong with this job?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, when we got done with it and the customer had gotten the vehicle back and it came back for the code, you know, yeah, the code is for the torque converter clutch not engaging. But
is that one of the things you worked on, Garrett?
Well, we did a rebuild on the entire transmission just because the amount of miles that were on the vehicle. When we got the vehicle, it had a lot of metal and debris in it, and it actually wiped out some planetaries in the transmission, so we had to buy a gear set for it. And the torque converter had failed on the, original, OE transmission.
Well, Garrett, it had 200,000 miles on it, and you rebuilt it. So right now, you're offering an adjustment. Is that because you think it can be fixed for that?
Well, like I said, I mean, when I got the vehicle back from rebuilding it, we always stand behind our warranties and our work, and, I was doing everything in my power to fix the code for Diane, we had pulled the transmission a second time and, bought every component basically that dealt with this code in the transmission, brand new, as far as a brand new pump assembly with the torque converter clutch valve in it, a brand new valve body assembly.
Then what do you think is going wrong?
Well, like I said, I mean, we bought everything for the transmission to basically rule the transmission out of the factor. The second part of diagnostics that we were getting ready to start before Diane pulled the vehicle for us is the engine coolant temperature sensor is also part of the mechanical system that controls torque converter lockup, and that's basically the direction that we were headed on this since we've ruled out that the transmission was actually, is functioning.
I want to ask you something. Are you saying that you're still willing, if they didn't want the money, the adjustment, you're still willing to try to fix it?
You know, Tom, I was very willing to, but this lady has slandered my business so bad that, and has threatened to take me to court on basically everything that there is, that, I mean, I hate to say it, but I think at this point it's probably just a fair justice to go that route, just because, they've taken it to all these other shops. These other people have told them, the silicone thing keeps getting brought up, which is very confusing to me because I've, built 30 of these transmissions and have used the same product that I have on all of them, and this is the first one I've ever had an issue with. So, I mean, I don't know where they're getting their information from, or what the case is.
Well, here's what I think. Okay, I think that they engaged you in a contract to rebuild a transmission.
Sure.
And it's still not working. So, if that $2,800 adjustment you offered is enough to fix it, then they should be happy.
Yeah, and like I said, when I had their vehicle, I was going through everything that I possibly could.
I understand. If it's not enough to fix it, though, if it's not enough to fix it, then they would have a problem. And, Diane, is that where you stand? He's offering a refund of up to $2,800. You paid $4,400. That would be a damn good deal if you can get this thing fixed. Have you had it? Did our people estimate what it would take to fix Deputy Slim?
No, the biggest problem we're having is Kimmer's willing to work on it, but Diane and John are way up in Hudson and Will County.
Okay, so it's inconvenient.
Can't get down there, and we've looked at tow companies, but it's very excessive to tow it.
So basically,
these folks have no budget.
Diane and your husband, I hope he's listening. If he refunds $2,800, it means that you paid $1,600 for all those parts, and if it can be fixed, it would be a good deal. If it can't be fixed, well then hell, that's total. That's a whole different story. So, where do you stand on this, Diane? If he's willing to make an adjustment to have you go somewhere else and fix it?
Tom, this is John, Diane's
Yeah,
husband.
John, where do you stand on this?
First of all, we were never offered $2,800.
Yeah, I know, but we just worked that out with him during the last few days. So what I'm asking is, does that sound fair to you?
No, because your own shop told us they would not rebuild it, that they would replace it with a rebuilt transmission from Transtar.
Yeah, but hold on. That doesn't mean the whole thing needs to be trashed. It just means that this shop won't do it. I'm asking if you could get this done, you should try to get an estimate on getting this fixed. You should.
Well, we would like to.
Because if he's going to
$3,500.
What's that?
Both of the shops that we took it to said it would be at least $3,500.
But he's already bought a bunch of new parts. You wouldn't have to replace those.
Well, what if they get in there and he hasn't?
Well, that's different. I mean, obviously, that would be different if he's lying about it. Now, Garrett, if you had to fix this, what would you do right now? What's wrong with it, I'm asking? Do you know what's wrong with it?
Like I said, Tom, I don't. We've replaced every component in the transmission that's had to do with this code. So like I said, we fully ruled the transmission out of the equation. It's just this code is such a, it's a code that not a lot of people
are you saying that the work you did is not responsible for this problem?
Well, no, I'm not saying that at all. I mean,
You said you ruled out the transmission. What else would it be?
Well, like I said, the torque or the engine coolant temperature sensor also has control of torque converter demand as far as supplying voltage and torque converter lockup percentage. And like I said, this is where we were headed with our diagnostics since we've ruled out every component in the transmission being the problem, since we have bought all the components that control this.
So Kimmer really didn't analyze this at all. He just said to rebuild it, it would cost this much. He didn't really look at his work.
No, Kimmer hasn't had the vehicle yet.
Oh, then who are we talking about? What one of
two
our
other
people?
independent garages. The notes are there, Tom.
Okay, so we really never had this looked at.
Just externally.
Just externally.
Yeah, we had it looked at in Firestone by a company.
Yeah, Tom.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. Look, here's what I think.
Garrett is saying, what I'm hearing, and maybe I'm wrong.
Go
Garrett
ahead.
is saying it's not the transmission, it's other parts
I know.
that need to be fixed. So
I know.
So fix those other parts.
Listen, I know we're not going to like this, but hold on. I got an idea. I really have an idea. I'm sorry for all of this. Hold on.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Sponsored.
We didn't get this fucking thing analyzed.
No. And they won't tow it to Kimmer. They just don't have
Well,
the
then,
money.
you know what?
Well, but if they got $2,800, they got the money.
Yeah,
Terry
true.
just called me. She has been calling Heather.
Terry's the one.
Whose
Where's
son
the
is
son?
in jail. She has been.
So he was put in
Since
jail.
yeah, and then she said they said you have to come pick him up or we're gonna, you're gonna be abandonment. They just called her and told her they released him to a gentleman, a stranger. They don't even
Who?
know. Her son.
I know, but
How old
who's
is
the
he?
stranger?
Oh, let's go
Obviously,
back
the
to
son
that.
knew him. I mean, the son's not going to go with
But
some
the
fucking
son
stranger.
is technically not an adult yet.
Yeah, I know. But
So
you know
do
what?
you want to have her on or not?
She abandoned him.
Well,
She didn't want to pick him up. She should be happy someone else took him.
No, because now she loves her son.
No,
She's
I know
worried.
that, but what does she want us to do with her?
Nothing. I was just going to give an update that he's been released to a stranger. I'll take her off.
Hold on.
In 15 days, he'll be 18 years old.
Let me think about what I want to do.
Yeah, 15 days
Because
he'll be
it's
an
not-
adult.
No, I don't know.
I would ride the
I don't know.
She just wants to give an update
He's
that she
killing
has
these
been
people.
calling all week, asking where his son is. Nobody has returned the call because they were going to take him in.
What do you mean?
And
He
take-
was in jail that whole time?
They
He's
were
knocked all
supposed to
the
take
windows
control
out of their
him,
house. He's a
and
real.
yes, and
He
so
was
they
in
put him
jail.
on
Pays
another
for kids.
72-hour hold and then released him to a Ricardo
Won't go to
Gonzalez.
help, won't do anything.
And they don't even know who that is.
Does the kid or somebody must know who he is? I mean, obviously, a guy didn't just walk in from the street and say, "Oh, I'd like to
But
take
can you
this."
imagine
Right,
your
that's
child being
that's
released
my-
to
I
somebody?
hate when
It
people
doesn't matter.
play
He's not
games with
18.
me. I hate when
15
people play
days.
games with me.
Doesn't-
Daphne,
no, 30.
Daphne, somewhere this family knows him. Somebody knows him because
Mom
it's a
doesn't.
game. Well, then somebody does.
Okay,
because
I'll
the-
just release it.
The kid is not. They don't just.
The thing that she's worried about is she doesn't know if he's going to come and kill them.
I know.
Whatever.
She
So-
should get a restraining order.
Well, yeah.
That's really what she needs to do now.
Well, she
You want to offer, have her tell her that.
Well, I'm gonna let her.
Whatever life throws at us, we need our portfolio to grow.
Because you're right, that probably would be, even though a restraining order doesn't do anything besides the cops will take him if he comes there, but.
For 38 years,
Can you get a restraining order on a minor child of yours?
whatever tomorrow brings.
I don't know.
Give us a call and we'll visit for 60 minutes. Then prepare a complimentary
This shop
obligation
has been in
all
business for like
season
60
growth and
fucking
income plan
years.
for you.
It was his
Happy to
great
retire
grandfather's, his
He
grandfather's.
doesn't seem like a Ritz to you, does he?
No, he doesn't.
What do you think happened, man?
I think it's something else other than the
I think it's something other than the transmission, but these folks are
They're
just.
too. Yeah,
They're too far gone, man.
Yeah, they're too.
They spent
pissed off.
$4,400 on a car that was worth $1,500. It was like an 03 Ford Escort or something.
Okay. They made-
200,000 miles. They put it all on a credit card. They've really done everything wrong, and
Why doesn't he just do it?
they won't take
let
it back
him.
to him.
They won't let him.
They won't let him.
And he's chasing it down, saying, "Well, I fixed the transmission, and now it's something
Yeah,
else."
but they're
and you're
convinced
blaming
he's-
me that the transmission was
And
wrong.
these folks are
but he's going
convinced
through
he's
the
a crook.
diagnosis.
Yeah, exactly
And they're
right.
saying our shop recommended a rebuild. They didn't fucking. He told them on the phone, if I had to rebuild this, it would cost this much.
Yeah,
He didn't
right.
say it needed a rebuild.
Right. No one knows what it needs because they haven't busted it open.
I think Garrett knows what it needs. It needs a new something with the
with the damn temperature
with the
sensor
temp-
valve.
it's
or
just-
I'll
something.
tell you what, Garrett, that's what I'm going to recommend. If they can't fucking work with them,
Take 2,800 and go.
I don't even know if he'll give them that now. After all this, after talking to him today.
they're trashing him on social media.
Oh my God, they've ruined his Yelp. He had an unbelievable rating. They ruined his
Yeah, but how
Yelp.
many times can one person?
They only can rate one.
Well, I don't know. You know what I mean? They.
he knows about it.
Yeah.
There's only one, unless they
Okay.
both did reviews.
I can't.
Can I go on and put a review on you, even if I didn't use you?
Yeah.
Well, how's that fair?
This is your chance.
I had a lady write a review that because
I think they suck.
Well, I had a lady call in and didn't like the way we answered the phone.
Oh yeah. Oh, it can be anything. Don't like the carpet you have on the floor of your establishment. It can be anything.
Yeah.
What if I say a friend of mine had it done? Oh, that's what happened is one.
You can do that too.
Listen to this. This woman went somewhere and said, Pro Auto Care suggested I get this done. He went on Yelp and said, Pro Auto Care is recommending repairs people don't need. He wasn't even there. It was a hearsay.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If you get a bunch of hearsays,
It doesn't matter. I just depends on depends on Garrett.
But it's like
Don
it's
just
like the sexual. It's like the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
Is that you're guilty if there's more than one. I think you only get one. I don't think anybody. I don't know of anybody in the Me Too movement that was slandered or ruined from one complaint.
Well, what about that one senator and stuff that they ended up forcing out, Democratic senator?
Yeah,
he had a couple.
Al Franken. But I think other women came out.
Yeah, other women came out.
Because think about this.
He had that picture grabbing the lady's
boobs. A lot of people talk
boobs.
about Kobe. You know, they mention Kobe. They don't mention Kobe Bryant. I wondered why. You want to know why? He was 20 years old. There was one complaint. He denied it, and not one other woman ever said anything.
I know what happened to him. I know the lady that he raped here in Colorado.
Wait, he didn't rape her?
Yes, he did.
He said he didn't. But how do
she
you know
agreed
her?
to have. She was my nephew's girlfriend at one time.
Okay, so is she a decent girl?
No, she's a slut.
Okay.
But no, hold it. I got a question for you. I'm going to say this. She slept with lots of guys. She agreed to have sex with him. He did not want to have vaginal sex with her, and he forced himself in other places.
Right.
That's rape. He didn't want to get her pregnant. His words to her, from what I hear, this is all, his words to her is, "I'm not going to get you pregnant."
Let's go in the back door.
So he went in the back door, and she begged him not to, and he.
So that's why she was pissed.
Well, that's why she's.
So that's not really rape, though, is
well,
it?
I think it is.
Oh, absolutely.
If your daughter, if your daughter said,
that's a dead
You're right. You have control.
Yeah, that's a dead
no.
Hi,
Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, Diane and John are not going to like what I have to say, but you know what? Garrett has been, they've been in business 60 years. They have great reviews. And he is saying that he replaced virtually every single thing in that transmission. Right? Is that what you're saying, Garrett?
Yes, sir.
And we don't have anyone, despite what they say, I don't have an expert that looked at it. Not one of my experts looked at it. I mean, all we have is they have some people that looked at it, but they didn't even open it up. And in the way I look at it, and you may not want to, but I think you should. I'm thinking, I'm going with you on that other thing. It may be an external problem other than what you did.
Yep.
Now, what do you think? Do you think it's the transmission and what you did, or do you think it's something outside of that?
You know, at this point, I honestly believe with the experts that I've talked to help me, figure this out, is that, it's an external thing. Because like I said, we've replaced everything brand new from the dealership.
Here's the problem, Garrett. I have no reason to disbelieve you, and I have no reason to disbelieve them, but they're not saying anything because they don't have any credibility because you guys don't. Diane, you have had no one really look at this work. Like when you say you're experts, did they open up the transmission? Diane?
Well, your people sent us to somebody.
But they didn't open it up. Here's all we wanted to do. We simply wanted to see if it looked like it had been rebuilt. And I can't believe, none of them looked at it. They just looked at it externally. I was hoping we could get someone to actually open it and look at it. But unfortunately, we didn't. I'm sorry about that. But I think, Diane, I don't know why you have such bad feelings toward Garrett. But I would have given them a chance to try to fix it. Because it might be not the transmission.
He had it for 5 months, Tom, and last time
now
he
that
told
part,
us he was
Garrett, you can't blame them for being upset, Garrett, if you had it 5 months.
Well, and this is,
Hold on, man. Let him talk. Go ahead, Garrett.
You know, this is what I want to clarify. Is she keeps saying 5 months, but I have records of when she brought her car in, which was actually October 26th, and we gave the car back to them before Thanksgiving. They drove the car for about a week or so before I got a phone call that the check engine light had came on, and she brought the car back to me December 6th for me to start my diagnostic process.
All right.
Yes, I had the car for about a month and a half, but in part of that, you know, I had to order a valve body from the dealership, which took about a week to come in.
All right, hold on. Just hold on. I get you, bro. I get you. Now, Diane, we can't help you anymore, okay? You're going to have to pay for someone to really tear that open and say that Garrett did something wrong, but I don't think he did. My gut is telling me that he didn't do anything wrong, that it's something else. And if I were you, I would work with Garrett. I would. But you guys don't want to. I know you're very upset, but truly, I would give him a chance. Hey, SimplyFloorsInc.com. Don't forget them. And don't forget FixMyHome.com for $30 for a cleaning.
Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and I'm here to thank our military service members and veterans.
That lady, they do.
Yeah.
So almost like LVT.
It looks just like LVT.
She
Actually, it
texts
looks
me
better. I
every
got
morning
stuff that
at
looks
7
better.
o'clock and every night at 8 o'clock.
You don't like LVT, do you? I'm getting the
I sell.
I get the impression you don't like it, though, buddy.
Well, I just think it's oversold.
Did you hear the Hawaiian music he played?